Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Hail day.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
From A to B.
Uncut. Is that you?
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered cast on
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and shut the fuck up, Chip.
What's going on, everybody? Once again, Chaircast Uncut back for episode 215. If not, fuck it. That's what we came up with right before this. Yeah. So it's a very small podcast tonight, but hopefully that doesn't mean it'll be devoid of content. I doubt it will be because, you know, we are the A team, as we like to call ourselves. So I'll just get right to it. We only have 3 of us, and I'm obviously one. T2RX6, and we have with us Matthew Deluxe Baldwin.
Hey there, everybody.
How are you, Matt? How are you feeling tonight?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I was looking forward to this. I was really hoping everybody would be on this because there's a lot of good stuff tonight. But things happen.
You know what I anticipate with this episode? I don't think we're going to be stepping on each other very much. I'm just going to guess. I'm going to throw that out there.
We could do that. We could do that though.
Is there a lot of good stuff tonight, man?
Shut your mouth.
Okay. All right. Making sure I'm on the right show notes.
All right, and bringing up the back, Captain Negativity, the one and only.
I know.
Skullface.
You know why I might be negative? I think I've been chewing on the inside of my cheek in the middle of the night, and
I do that. Mm-hmm.
Dude, my fucking mouth, so to speak, is like super raw.
Feels wrinkled. Wrinkly.
It's like sore, fucking like. And like I don't know, I'm a fan of these oranges. I don't know if I've probably told you guys about them. The Sumo Citrus, They're fucking outstanding. They're a game changer. I almost advise you not to try them because you'll never be able to fucking eat a regular orange again. But they're almost out of season, so I've been like buying them up like crazy. They're expensive. They're like $3 an orange, but I'm telling you, it's a get what you. Yeah, I know. But it's a get what you pay for situation. That's all I can say. And anyway, they are fucking not doing my mouth any favors. Like all that fucking acid, like it's killing me.
Fucking your shit up.
I can't help it. It's so good.
You know what? I love oranges. The only thing I don't like the pulp. I'll eat an orange. I'll just squeeze the juice out of it and I'll throw it away. That's all I do. I don't eat the pulp. I love orange juice.
What about some pulp?
Nope.
You know about that from Sopranos?
No, I didn't watch Sopranos. I never got into that, man.
Oh man, you're crazy. But Tony got caught like cheating on his wife and all this shit. And one of the kids got in a car wreck. There's like one of them got kicked out of school. It's like the whole house is falling apart. And the wife is like on the phone, and he comes outside, and he's like, "What is this? This says with pulp." And his wife was like, "You like it with pulp, Tony?" He's like, "I like it when it says some pulp."
I heard it's really good. I never got into it though.
It's great. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I just never eat the oranges. I always just suck them till the juice is out, and I throw it away.
Whoa now. Easy, Playboy.
This is turning into a different kind of podcast already.
It's our new microphones.
Anyway, so Matt, what'd you get this week?
Man, I got a lot of good stuff this week. First, I got some Combaticon stuff.
Wait.
Yes.
Is it really good stuff, Matt? I'm just gonna bother you.
Yes, it really is.
Okay.
No, you're gonna like this stuff. I got the Iron Factory, the last part A, I think. Blast Off and Vortex, so I can complete Bruticus, and I love them. And I have the Zeta Brawl, I think it's Uproar, I think is his name. I haven't opened him yet. And today, I got in DX9 Hulky, and I got in from John Garinger, I made a little trade, and I got the Make Toys Pandanus. And he is fucking beautiful. I don't Don't know why I waited so long, but got it for a good deal. And I got those the dry rub stickers from Haney. Agabus. I put them on Cosmos, and they look really good. I'm really pleased with them. So, and that's it. I get some powder primes in tomorrow, though.
Powder prime.
Just gonna say that. So,
very nice.
Anyways,
Bobby, what'd you get this week?
I got Jason Solo, custom, made by Punch Drunk and the good folks at Havoc Customs and Mayhem Customs. I got let's see. I know I got some. Oh, I got actually I got kind of not a grail, but something I've been chasing for about a decade. I got an Adam Hughes Women of the DC Universe Catwoman statue, which has been readily available, but like I didn't want to spend any more than $150 for it, and it's hard to get it. It's hard to get it under $150 to $200. Like that's usually where it sits. And I ended up finding one on eBay for $135 shipped, and I jumped on it, and it came, and I got to delete. Like I love deleting save searches off of my eBay. I don't know if if you guys get satisfaction from that, but I fucking love it. Like I swipe the fuck out of it. I'm like, get out of here.
Get it.
Done. So that felt good, and I got. Let's see what else. I know I got something else.
I know you checked something out. Come on now.
I got Black Series DJ, and I think that's it. And then I had the opportunity to look at MMC's Rumble and Frenzy, Generation Toys Sarge, Movie Masterpiece Barricade, Iron Factory, Diatlas, Iron Factory Bruticus, Iron Factory Blast Off and Vortex, 1,000 Toys Safeguard, 1,000 Toys Killy, and Powder Prime's Battle Trap.
Safeguard and whatever. Who are they?
So they're from an anime that's spelled Blame, but people seem to call it Blam.
Okay.
It's produced by 1,000 Toys. They did those like I don't know if you've seen them. They look like iRobot.
Okay.
They're like synthetic humans or whatever. I think is the name of the line.
I think I've seen it on Netflix advertised before.
So they got. So I guess they got the license somehow to this anime. It was a manga. And then Netflix picked it up.
Okay.
And then from what I can tell, and I did a little bit of research into it. It's designed by Sentinel. They did like a lot of the Iron Man stuff recently, but it's distributed by 1,000 Toys. I couldn't quite figure it out, but the two companies are involved with producing it. They're pretty good.
Is that your first Powder Prime you looked at?
I'm trying to remember, man. Like I looked at I looked at Sea Spray. He's Powder Primes, right?
I think he's Titan Returns.
Sea Spray's Titan Returns?
He might be.
I think so.
Okay, and what was it? I looked at another one. I
don't think you looked at any of the Powder Primes.
Maybe this is my first Powder Prime.
What'd you think?
Trash. Damn. No, I'm kidding. It's look.
It's the Legends. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not without merit.
Yeah. What do you expect?
That's the best way to put it.
You like to find things I love, Hot Toys.
Yeah. I got a Hot Toys this week too, but in order to keep my list straight, I need to wait for next week.
Okay. Well, hey, T2X6, what did you get?
Well, thank you for asking, Matt. I got a broken-ass, oversized, ridiculously large Adam West Batman from Robert. He's been meaning to send me for a while. And he's like, I don't want this. I'm like, I don't really want it either. He's like, well, fix it and sell it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I don't know if I can fix it or not. I was looking at it. It's pretty broken, but we'll see. If I can't, then, oh well. You know?
Sit in the corner.
I also got the Action Toys Bike Robo, and for everybody who's like, oh, it's not a GoBot, like, bullshit, man. I mean, like, they put that face. They put that face in there because they know exactly what audience they're trying to appeal to. You know,
of course.
Like, don't be ridiculous. Oh, Robert's on. Let's bring Robert in.
Everybody wants American money.
Hold on.
Do people actually get upset about that?
Yes, they do. They're like,
and...
it's not Goma, it's just Machine Robo. Really? I'm like, I don't care, man. I really don't care. There's no reason that I'm buying it other than it being.
It looks like fucking Sidekill.
Yeah. So, it'll be fun to point that out when we do the review of that, which should be up at the same time as the show for some people. So yeah, I'm trying to add Robert here. I can't find him. There's too many names on my list.
Oh yeah, go sub to my Hell Hasbro.
Hold on, I want Robert to be here. I want Robert to be here when we address the next thing that I got.
Okay.
Robert, pick up.
Well, I still want people to go sub to mine.
Okay,
yes,
man.
Everybody should go.
Hey, Matt, I give you your channel a little shout out in the Powder Promise review.
No, you didn't.
Hey,
I did. I promise I did.
Everybody hear that? The quality of the show has gone down just a little.
Uh-oh.
Robert, how are you tonight?
Fucking Greg's such a douche.
What?
Because, the only reason he called out was because I did. Like, he thought I don't know. That's such a Greg thing to do. Like, he's like, I'll show them they need me.
What are you talking about?
So anyway, we were in the middle of what we got this week, and we'll double back to Robert in a second, but I felt like this needed to be addressed. Along with my bike robo, I got some instructions that had some suspiciously spaghetti sauce looking marks on the instruction manual. So I believe that apologies may be in order from Robert for this blame game he's placed on there.
Dude, if my 2-year-old didn't have my phone right now, I would take a picture of my own shirt, and you would see the spaghetti sauce all over myself. I eat spaghetti all the damn time.
Someone asked me if I'm surprised.
Do you really eat spaghetti all the time?
No, but
are you a spaghetti guy or lasagna guy?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
I don't like all the cheese, man. I think I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
I call Parmesan cheese fart powder.
You know what does that to you, Robert? Stress.
Stress?
That's very true.
Stress.
It actually causes lactose intolerance. So
it's like a
you'll notice you become lactose intolerant when you get a high stress point in your life, and then it never comes back. It's a very odd fact that I know, but yeah.
It goes away when you're dead.
Yeah, it does go away when you're dead.
So does your bowels.
And then the last thing I'm hosting. So shut up.
You better respect Justin.
The last thing I got this week is I got another 1/6 scale toy. So.
Oh, do tell.
No, I found the 3-0 Commander Shepherd for a good price, and so I picked him up. So, yep. And you know what's surprising about it is that the thing that's super surprising about it is that they advertise the Commander Shepherd head in like all the promo shots and everything. But it turns out that it was like a very limited edition, like special order thing, like to get the actual Shepherd head. So it's just like the helmeted Shepherd head, which is fine because it kind of looked like crap anyway. But I was like, why do you put it on every single one of your pictures on the website and everything like that, only to be like, oh no, it's an exclusive. So
right.
Yeah,
to grab you.
So
look worse than that fucking DJ Bobby reviewed.
That face, Mac. God.
Yeah,
damn.
it's a rough one. That's a rough one.
Somebody stuck something up his ass real hard.
So anyway, we'll double back. Robert, how are you tonight?
I'm okay. I had to pour myself a double right now. I was originally going to spend time with the kids, and then some shit came up with work.
And Robert was like, I just remembered I don't like my kids. So,
I'm just, I was just like, here's the phone. You watch whatever you want,
I told you to take time and spend time with them, man.
Yeah, I was gonna, but
I know.
that wasn't gonna happen anyway. So I'm gonna have to deal with the rest of my work stuff later. But yeah. So yeah. Oh, by the way, Bobby, I was listening to the latest episode of Nerd Rage.
Okay.
You're very tolerant of Adam in the beginning. Very tolerant.
What do you mean, very tolerant?
Because he was like, well, my Nerd Week. Let's just say
he does sound like that.
I've transcended, metaphorically and philosophically.
What are you talking about?
Was he sipping tea too?
He's like, I've become more in touch with God, not in a religious sense, more of like a universal knowledge of all things. Like I know everything.
Neil before me. Come on, Neil.
Universal knowledge of all things.
And every time I'm sitting there on the treadmill listening, and he's like, and then he had that Kermit the Frog guy put on the phone, and I'm just...
Oh, that's last week's.
Yeah, I didn't hear another one.
Yeah, one just published today.
You sure, man? On Podbean?
Yeah.
Podbean. See it.
I guarantee it. Yeah, well, I mean,
your uploads are trash.
No, I feel like your ability to see what new download is just trash.
Instructions are trash.
He keeps giving out these one-liners of like, oh, stand with your shoulders upright, and you will have a synchronicity with everyone else of positive energy around you, because we are like lobsters.
I think you just killed Bobby.
Oh, that's funny.
I looked up my own philosophical wisdom, some Confucian sayings. I thought Adam might. He doesn't listen to the show anymore, but if he did, I think this would really help him.
He doesn't?
No, he doesn't listen. But one is, man who fart in church sit in his own pew.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Classic.
God, what meme did you get that out of?
I made that up.
Hey, man with hole in pocket feel cocky all day. That's all I'm saying.
That was a good one, though.
Man who go to bed with itchy butt, wake up with smelly finger.
So, Robert, what did you get this week?
I didn't get shit. I don't think I got anything. I got like 30 boxes from Bobby. He was just like, take everything back.
Yeah, he hates keeping that shit around, man.
I hate it. It stresses
that front little
me
office
out.
is all full of boxes. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, it stresses me out. I won't lie.
You know. So, why is it why don't you have your own self-addressed little stickers? Why are they all Belloras?
Look, we get all that shit from like free shit when like somebody's like,
yeah,
act now and get 30 free such and such. My wife is the one that does all that shit, so she just gets it made up.
Oh, is that from your Woman in the Kitchen magazine subscription?
Yeah.
Well, no, we don't have a magazine subscription. We don't have one magazine subscription, period.
Yeah, I do. Home.
Called Wife Make Me a Sandwich? Is that it?
No.
Bobby don't do bills, and he don't send the mail.
And I don't cook either. Well, that's not entirely
That's
true.
a woman's job.
No, that's not the case. I just happen to have a woman. I just happen to have a woman that's happy to do it. I cook. Actually, it's fucked up. I cook for my buddies, but I don't cook for my family. I cook for my family. I would love to cook for them. It's just like everything that I cook is like terrible for you. So we rarely eat like that. So when we do eat like that, I do cook for them, but it's very rare.
You kick some chicken nuggets.
Does Ballora make you eat like the living dead flesh cellular fungus stuff?
No.
The acai shakes and shit.
What?
No. She asked that I try the fumacha or whatever it was.
Is that funny?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's low key funny. But she asked me to try it, and I tried it, and I was like, that shit is not for me. And I definitely wasn't trying it with the living shit all up in it. But
try some quinoa, Bobby. Just try it.
No. It was low key. It was just would you try it? I gave it a sip, and I was like, yep, not for me. And then that was it.
Let me ask you a question. Do y'all eat hush puppies?
Oh yeah.
Do you like corn in your hush puppies?
No.
I don't either. My wife did that shit tonight. I was like, you devil.
That is trash.
I know. We had catfish tonight.
Whole hush puppy ruined.
I know. But that's how her family eats it. And I was like,
that's like a corn fritter.
Yeah, it's like basically what it is.
That shit is unacceptable.
So we had catfish and shrimp and some other stuff tonight, and she made hush puppies. And she put corn. I was like, you devil. What is wrong with you?
No.
Not good.
Robert, you're out of control.
That's like when you go for hot lunch, right? And you think it's tater tots, and it's not. It's corn fritters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, score.
No, you're like, fucking shit.
I was that kid in the lunchroom walking around. You gonna eat that? That was me.
I think that was every day, probably.
Because you were fat or because you were poor?
I was fat.
You know what? You know what though?
Damn.
I can tell that Robert was the kid in the lunchroom that people were in like a really good conversation. He's just like, hey, you gonna eat that? Just had to interrupt that conversation.
You know what I was famous for was I would plunge my hand into your fries while at the same time saying, "Hey, can I get some fries?"
was you vaping too while he's doing it?
No, there was no vaping back then.
I thought you probably invented it or something.
Why would you think I invented it?
I was going for a joke. It didn't work out. It was funny in my head. It was stupid when I said it.
I'll work on pronouncing words right.
All right. I'll work on that.
Bobby invented.
Work on your hairline.
All right. So with that, should we get on to some show news? Should we start doing this thing? Because I think we have a pretty long show here, given all the things that we're going to be looking at. So the first headline is Free at Last, Free at Last. And I believe Hasbro has said that after the Bumblebee movie, it's going to be a complete redo. Like, they're going to just restart Transformers. No Transformers 6. So
okay.
Well, there was stuff out that said that this was fake.
Yeah, see, I want to make a comment on that. Is that like I haven't been able to find anything that suggests. Well, no, I mean, so there's plenty out there to suggest it's real. It all happened on a Hasbro corporate phone call, and on the phone call they listed off all the movies that they had planned for like the next X amount of years, and missing from that calendar was the Transformer stuff. So then I feel like people took that and said it's over, but they've, as far as I can see, they've never come out and said and confirmed that. So like I think we all got excited, and it may not be merited.
Premature.
So you know, I mean, when I heard this news personally, I was like, you know, until I see new Transformers, I don't believe it. You know, like this to me is like Michael Bay saying, "I'm not doing another," and then like, "Oh, I'm back for another." You know, yeah. So I don't necessarily know if I believe it. I'm glad to see that there's a G.I. Joe movie planned still.
Yeah, I'm too.
That's exciting.
I wonder if that's going to be a reboot.
So, you know, honestly, where the second one took it wasn't so bad, but I mean, it's fine if it reboots at this point because it's been how many years now. So either way is fine with me. I got a question for Matt. Maybe you can answer this. I'm reading the headline here, and they said no additional live-action movie listed in the foreseeable future. And it says, guess we're stuck with a cliffhanger, huh? What cliffhanger happened in the last night? I mean, like I said, it lost my interest real quick, but I'm just curious. What was the cliffhanger?
How did it end?
The very end where it has Quintessa saying, you know, don't touch Unicron or something like that. He doesn't like to be bothered, blah, blah, this. So basically, Unicron is the Earth.
So that's
Earth is Unicron.
So that's a cliffhanger, but like, you know, if he's not foreseeably being activated or anything, it's not really a cliffhanger.
More like, well, when they were touching the horns, you know, he would kind of glow up. He'd glow or something. So I'm thinking that she is the key to
One-Eyed Willy?
Awakener. Yeah, exactly. Maybe the key to her, you know, awakening him or something like that. I don't know, sure.
So it's kind of like a stinger at the end of a Marvel movie where something kind of happens that could set up another movie, but it's not really in itself a cliffhanger. It's just kind of a tease for what could come. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
That's kind of what I thought here.
So, what is Micronauts? Micronauts. I've never.
That's what you got between your legs.
Dude, that was good.
Before we move along to your Micronauts, I wanted to say something before. And Justin was talking about how he has another Hot Toys. I saw in a store window today the Hot Toys Luke from The Last Jedi, and it looks really good, right? And I felt a tug. And then I was wondering, do they have a Hot Toys for Luke's like astral projection?
No, not yet.
Can you imagine having that? And like you can have him in the front, and you can have like the other meditating Luke behind him.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool.
I think if they came out with that Luke, I might get those two. God damn it.
Dude, Doll Life is taking over. It's gonna be the Doll Life Podcast Network.
Oh, and then I can sell off my collection, and I'll do a 3-part goodbye podcast on different podcasts.
I can't believe people are fucking abandoning Transformers. It just makes me sick that, this is a wonderful franchise, and you're just throwing to the side for these fucking dolls, man. Get the.
It's because the dolls are feeding they're feeding the hunger. Like the Transformer shit is not feeding the hunger. Like we're not getting enough of the shit that we want.
Yep. No, I think we're almost at the end, and there's not a lot of stuff left.
That may be true as well. But I mean, if imagine where I'd be if they didn't put out a Barricade, Movie Optimus, Movie Bumblebee, Primal, Cheetor. You know what I mean? Like I'd be 7 bots up.
But I think a lot of it too is just because you want to collect something. Like I just said that everybody's almost to the end of the Transformer thing. They need something to collect, so they're like, well, shit, these look good. And they're part of my childhood. Might as well go for that.
Well, and it's also, I mean, like if you just go as like a listener and you go back through like the last, I don't know, month of Shattercast episodes and just like I look at a lot of Transformer shit, but listen to how much Transformer shit I'm buying. It's not a lot, and like I like to buy shit, like I know.
That's why people do it. I know.
How much pay for that Pandanus?
You're funny, man. No, they hooked me up with that Pandanus. I've always been upfront about that.
I know. I'm just fine.
All right.
I traded for my Pandanus.
So
who you told him? Did you talk about this? He asked you if he should trade his 6 stupid Fans Project Insecticons for a Pandanus, and you told him no.
Yeah, because those Insecticons fetch a fucking pretty penny.
No, I looked.
No, they're only about $100 maybe, give or take, on eBay. That's sold listings too.
Oh, man.
Not Fans Toys. Not Fans Toys. I'm talking about Fans Projects. The little small.
Oh, Fans Project. Oh, I thought you were talking about Fans Toys.
No.
He traded his Fans Project bugs for
I threw in some other stuff there.
Oh, my fault. I completely misunderstood, Matt. Yes, definitely traded.
I did. And Mr. Garinger, I really appreciate it. I threw in a bunch of other stuff.
Mr. Garinger, he fucking better should appreciate that.
Nah, he was gonna sell it to me too. I was like, I don't have the money right now. But he's like, I'll trade some stuff. And I had some extra stuff. I threw in some other stuff too.
You're like, look, all I got is these Fans Project bugs. He's like, deal.
That's what he's
like, God damn it, that's all anybody has left.
Well, he's building a little swarm too. That's what he collects is the deluxe and Voyager size. That's what he's going towards.
So. He collects garbage.
No, he collect garbage. What you think is garbage is not what everybody else thinks is garbage.
Yeah, it ain't your favorite thing, is it? You fucking got it out of here.
I like the Fan Project little.
You collect garbage too.
Matt, you want to buy mine? I'll sell them to you.
Actually, I got a few still kicking around too, man. You can buy.
I know you do. I'll just take them when I come to Skullfest. Just slide them in my backpack.
You can have it.
I don't think that's back to the thing. I don't think that's true. I really don't think. What's that?
Garinger can have it. You don't want yours. Garinger can have it. He's supposed to come to Skullfest. He can have it when he gets here.
I know he's supposed to. I don't know if he's going to come now. I think he had something pop up.
Oh, now you can't have it. Now you got it, Matt. You got a Pandanus and a Fans Project Insecticon.
All right. I don't believe this is true. Like I said, I don't unless I see something. I think this is hearsay that just got everybody excited. So.
Yeah,
but I got to say, I think that I don't want to hijack the show, but I think it is worth noting that.
No, not that, you.
No, because we derailed and then we got derailed off the derailment, and I think that what Hot Toys is doing is they are consistently releasing product for franchises that people love, and it's like.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'm not. That's not just a knock against Transformers. It is a knock against Transformers, but it's also a knock against SH Figuarts. It's also a knock against Figma. It's also a knock against PlayArts Kai. It's a knock against a lot of companies that aren't. PlayArts. I love PlayArts, I've been a supporter of Play Arts for a long time. Now I have my criticism about their price point and stuff like that, but like, I don't need 30 fucking Batman. It's like the fucking Kenner line again. Arctic Blast Batman, Desert Survival Batman,
Desert Storm
IED Batman,
Samurai
Batman.
Moon.
They have
Batman on the moon.
Roman Gladiator Batman. Like that's one of their things. Like it's a Spartan Batman. You know, like so Hot Toys is just like, look, we know you like the DC universe. We know you like the Marvel universe. We know you like Star Wars. And here's releases for that for the rest of the year.
Why don't they do G.I. Joe?
They should. I mean, they have. They did a Storm Shadow and a Snake Eyes.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Are you in on the Marvel Hot Toys, or you just collect Star Wars?
I'm in on the Marvel, but I'm not always in on the Marvel pre-orders.
Okay.
I have one Marvel Hot Toys pre-ordered at the moment.
He's got to increase his line. He's got to increase his line of credit.
That's true. Get that credit up.
So I gotta. I'm just kind of playing the Marvel thing as I can.
Submit your application now for the $5 payment plan.
Some new internet for Robert.
We will provide you your own Equifax report.
Get you a new router.
So anyway, that's all I want to say. I think that the Transformers companies at this point are not, especially Takara, in my opinion, is not treating me.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. All they're doing is repaints now.
Repaints, and fucking franchises that I'm not interested in.
We haven't seen a new mold for a G1 since Sunstreaker.
And I think that's interesting because like I'm not the biggest Takara fanboy in the world, but I mean they do usually 9 out of 10 times set the bar. They set the standard, and it is something to be said about like them kind of walking away from G1.
Yeah, it sucks because it shuts down.
It's interesting because it's like Power of the Primes came out and they're like, okay, we'll just make premium paint jobs of this, quote unquote premium paint jobs of it, and that's good enough. And I don't know if it is,
But yeah, I mean, it's Sunstreaker is a really fucking good figure, and if they do it, and Megatron is too. I mean, if that's the way they're going, I was really excited. But now, they're going, we're doing recolor, doing Prowl, a recolor Coon. Now that's rumor of Prime now.
Yeah, you can always pick up that Barricade, Mac.
I'm thinking about doing it. I don't know.
Somebody in the comments said, I guess you could call it the long arm of the law.
He scratches little pinky toes.
You don't have Barricade?
No, I don't have it yet, no. But what I was saying, they're going Beast Wars, which, I like the Beast Wars one. They're good. But I don't know about that $250 fucking Dinobot. That's I don't know about that. But I just wish when they put Sunstreaker out, they would, they do a Trailbreaker, a Jazz. If they did it like they did the Sunstreaker, oh, man, that'd be fucking awesome.
Okay, Bobby, you get Hot Toy. You're saying, is there a difference in price between a pre-order Hot Toy figure and not like just retail?
No, but sometimes they don't have the same payment plan. So like a pre-order, you can usually do like 4, sometimes 5-6 month payment plan. But once that shit is out, sometimes they'll, depending on how long it's been out, sometimes they'll limit that shit to like a 2-month payment plan, or sometimes just like, no, you got to buy it flat out.
Like no holds.
And that shit's a couple of months out too. Like, there's people that got pre-orders that don't start till like what, September or October or something?
Yeah, I got pre-orders that don't start until October.
Okay. Now, but you do have to put a down payment on it, right?
Yeah, but it's like it's
$30-40 bucks.
Yeah,
like that?
It's like a Marvel Legend. So you know what I mean?
Because that Dinobot price is really eating me up. I mean, I know it's like I paid a pre-order price of like $180 and change. It's such a difference from $250. I mean,
it's a lot of fucking money, man.
I don't know if I would pay $250. Maybe I would, but $180 is a lot easier to swallow.
Well, like my thing with that is that like, how much was that Megatron?
$250.
Which one?
Around
like
$230 or something.
Like if I was who I am, it's crazy. But if I was
who you are. Oh, yeah.
Now, then I'd probably get the Make Toys for $100 and get a fucking Hot Toys with that 2 whatever.
I mean, with that 250, you're knocking on the door of like Omega, from Fans Toys.
I mean, not only that, but that is more than a Hot Toys figure, and that Megatron does not display as well. It doesn't. Like nobody, dude. Like nobody. Like, I mean, and I'm talking about people that just don't know shit. Nobody walks in and says, "Wow, look at this Megatron," but they stop on that Hot Toys. Like, it does have a presence. It's nowhere. They're nowhere near as posable. The action figure element of the Megatron blows them all out of the water. But in terms of like, that's what I had to ask myself. Like, what am I doing here? Joe used to make comments about it, right? Because Joe would be like, "Look, man, you say you care so much about articulation, but you use maybe 20-30% of the articulation on your figures." I was like, "Man, that is true, mainly due to shelf space, but." Like, like it's just.
Well, I'm just thinking about the character too. You say that when they walk in, they see that Hot Toys. I mean, which Hot Toy are you talking about? Batman. I mean, a lot of people are gonna.
Hot Toys Batman.
Well, I'm just saying a lot of more people. Well, Star Wars. Just say a lot of more people to relate to what a Star Wars figure is than what Megatron is.
Yeah, that is true. But I'm telling you, like, if they were to do, look, put it this way, if I were to get that Hot Toys Optimus, it would stop people in their tracks. I have no doubt in my mind.
Plus, that Star Wars doesn't transform either, so you have to take that into account.
I know, and not that I'm not buying toys to stop other people in their tracks. Like, I don't give a fuck.
No,
I'm using that as a base of reference to say that it just shows better, like a car, like this shows better, or a house, like this house may be better built. It may be, but this new house just shows better because it was just built.
Okay. I'll say for your point. That's good.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll move on. We've been on this topic for a while, but real quick, Matt, Micronauts was like this weird, like, sci-fi, like, robot toy. Micro Man is what it was, I think, in Japan, and they had, like, comics in the 70s or something. So anyway, we're going to move on.
Weren't they a scaled-down version of G.I. Joe toys?
I think they are, like, the predecessor of it. Yeah, like, they're the predecessor of the 3 3/4 G.I. Joes, I believe.
No, I mean, I thought the G.I. Joe here, the tall one, the 12-inch, whatever they were, came out first. And then Japan took that and shrunk it down.
I think that is correct. Yeah, and then from that, actually, G.I. Joe got the 3 3/4 line. I think that is correct. Anyway, moving on to the next topic here. IDW has another Wreckers story coming out called Requiem of the Wreckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one more time, apparently.
Requiem?
Yes, Requiem.
Yeah, but it's not spelled with a W. It's R-E.
It should be, though.
That's cool. I'm excited for this. What are they going to do with the Wreckers? I mean,
I'm not.
Of course you're not.
I'm sorry. I hate to be the Debbie Downer of fucking everything, but, like, the last one was not good.
Oh, yeah, that little, it wasn't that good.
Sins of the Wreckers, it was not good.
Yeah.
And like, I just, my question is, who is writing it? See, because, and I'm pretty sure that James Roberts wrote the first one. And that's what it comes down to. Like Nick Roche, his pencils and stuff they're fucking awesome, and they suit that world so well. But, like, I'm pretty sure James Roberts wrote Last Stand of the Wreckers, and he is a good writer. And then Sins of the Wreckers, I think Nick Roche wrote. And it's not good. And the comics themselves these days are not good. They're not what they used to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I've heard they've improved, but, like, I read the first trade of Lost Light. Actually, that's not true. I read 60% of the first trade of Lost Light because I literally couldn't make it through because it was so fucking bored.
Actually, I think it was Nick Roche and James Roberts that wrote Last Stand.
Okay.
So.
Ooh.
But I mean, James Roberts just, like, that guy gets it,
Yeah.
like.
And the thing is, like, I kind of agree with you, Bobby. Like, I think that the story of Last Stand of the Wreckers was so good, it doesn't really need this extra stuff to try to capture that flame. Like, just figure out something else you can make, its own thing. In my opinion, like,
it's hard to put lightning in a bottle again. Like, what I think they should do. Do a since the DJD are all dead, spoilers, do a fucking DJD origin story.
Mm-hmm.
How they got together.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
You know, like do something like that, but stop trying to cash in off the name of the records. Like, you can't. I'm not sure if you can get it right again.
That would sell good for an origin story of the DDT.
Yeah,
I think that would sell good.
Of course.
I mean, you think so? Would you say they're jumping the Sharktacon?
I'm saying
he just waits for those one-liners, don't you? Remember?
He's the greatest.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic here, and we're getting into our third-party news. So MMC has posted pictures of their Ocular Max Azalea, which is just RC, which is fine, but like somewhere in my travels, I've seen a picture of this thing before, and I was really excited for it, and I think that was like 2 years ago now, a year ago now, and like now it's just like, yeah.
Has it been that long?
I'll tell you, like, I feel like this is the kind of shit that makes me feel sympathetic for MMC. Like, I think this is
in a
one
condescending kind of way.
No, Robert, stop, dude. It's not. Do you know how many women I live with? Do you know how many people are constantly trying to tell me?
4.
Do you know how many women? Do you know how many people in my life are constantly trying to tell me how I feel and what I mean by what I say?
Even a little one?
Just listen to me for just a second. Like, I
talk it softly.
I think because I'm talking about them and they're in
I know.
Okay. I think this is one of the better Ocular Max designs I've seen in a while. But like the Fans Toys one is so close. And it's like,
it's bigger too.
I can't. I like to support Ocular Max when they seemingly do right. You know, but
That's what came out. If this what came out last year, it would have been a better sale, I think.
Of course. Like if it was just this in Toy World, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
no brainer.
Yeah, and it's kind of, I don't understand why it's been a thing with MMC to just kind of dangle things out there so way back in the day, and then here we are, however long later. It's like, oh, we got a prototype. Like, but who cares at this point?
Gotta get those repaints out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can say that about Fans Toys too sometimes.
You can, but they are, and to be fair, Mastermind is releasing product consistently as well. But if you look at how many original molds Fans Toys put out last year versus anybody,
true. That's true.
The other thing is that at least to me, it's like the engineering and styling of Fans Toys nails it. It's like when a lot of this Ocular Max stuff anymore is like, well, you did good, but I just think that at the time point that you're showing yours off now, someone else kind of has swooped in and the fire's gone,
Yeah. And I love their Rumble and Frenzy. Love it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting those.
But like, do a rewind. Do it like you found something that works. Do a rewind. Do a steel jaw. Do a ram horn. Do the fucking monkey and bird and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I think this. All right. So we're talking about this RC in comparison to other RCs. I think independently on its own, just talking about this RC, I think it looks great.
Yep. I liked how the chest looks like it's it's shaped like that based on the transformation. It's not just a plate. I dig that. They incorporated
looks like a robot face.
I like how
Robertson.
Yeah, I see. It looks like the Jetsons.
Oh, yeah, the maid. It does.
Pick up your feet. I'm vacuuming.
What was her name?
Rosie.
Was it Rosie?
Yeah.
Dude, it 100% looks like Rosie.
I cannot see that now.
Pick up your feet, I'm vacuuming.
Like, I think the backpack looks cool. I think the backpack's a hard thing to do with RC. I think the backpack looks cool here. I think that the proportions look good. I think that just from looking at it, it seems like that the abdomen is going to be an independent articulation piece between the upper chest and the pelvis, which I think is great. Like that's very, very import styled, and I love that. But I can't.
This is not MP scaled either. I don't think, is it?
Yeah,
is this like Voyager?
Yeah, I think
that's
MP.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Ocular Max.
Okay.
And I think
Pet skull looks good.
I'm in on the pet. I'm 100% in on the pet.
Really, Foxwire?
That's good. I like
Foxwire. Yeah.
I see. Okay, I think that bot looks like trash.
But I don't give a fuck about it. But the bot is not the. Yeah, the bot does look like trash. I agree, but the bot is not the allure here.
Got some T-shaped ball joint or some shit for the heads or something.
Ball point.
This is one of those bots where it's like, look, if let's go back in time, and Fans Toys is getting ready to release their first Dinobot. Would you prefer them nail the dinosaur mode or the robot mode?
Oh, the dinosaur mode.
That's the same thing with the pet.
Yeah, oh yeah, they went on. It's like we got to make this.
Yeah, they could do both. See, but I hold them to the standard where they could do both.
I don't hold them to that standard. I used to. I don't hold them to that standard anymore.
I mean, look at. I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say, look at Cliff Jumper.
He's got some canoe feet.
No, he just looks like somebody drove over his waist. You know, and flattened it out. Like
he was laying on his stomach and stuff.
Like in the cartoon, looks like a bicycle ran over.
He looks like he's got sunglasses on, like he's too cool for school.
I'm getting the RC. I'm getting Azalea because that's my kid's namesake. I have to get it, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm gonna have two. I'm just accepting that. I'm gonna have this in the Fans Toys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know I'm getting two.
So you can get Helion.
So the only thing about this, though, to me, is like I know Robert, you said you like the fact that the chest looks like it's not just a plate. Like I really actually don't like that. Like I think the way it breaks up the chest, like the fact that it makes that rosy face, is more than enough for me to be like, nah, I don't need that. You know, like I wish it didn't transform that way just to make it look better. So.
See, I think this will be probably more articulated than the Fans Toys, but it's gonna have. Unfortunately, based on their last release, it's gonna have probably gonna have issues, and the Fans Toys, based on their last release, will not.
Well, the last release was the Rumble and Frenzy.
Oh, okay. I mean, Omni, you know.
I like the head sculpt. I think it's a really good head sculpt for her, to be honest.
Yeah, I think like that. I think RC is one of the bots that looks cooler in Ocular Max design. I mean, well, in Studio Ox design.
I might get this too. I don't know. I'm definitely get Fans Toys, but
dude, and I think like guys like Headmaster Don, like real hardcore RC fans, like
oh yeah,
like I think this is a no-brainer. Like I think you get either you get them all, but if you don't get them all, you definitely get the Studio Ox representation and the G1 representation from Fans Toys. Fans Toys.
I'd like to visit his house and take a black light to his RC collection. Just kidding. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I met him at TFCon a couple times.
Honestly, the alt mode, it's definitely not on par, I don't think. At least just in prototype. It doesn't look as good as the Fans Toys.
But I did put out a tweet saying that I was going to do the Skull Affair on Saturday at 8 o'clock because it was the only time I could do it. And he tweeted back at me saying, I think people are going to be watching TFYLP. And I just said, I think I tweeted back. I was like, people can watch whatever they want. It's all good. But in my head, I was like, I think you might need to relax.
Hey, you're Skullfest is the weekend of Infinity Wars.
I know.
Are we going to watch that Friday, or are you watching it Thursday?
I'm watching it Thursday.
We should all
wait
go.
for me to fly.
Your directions on Friday. I'm having a. We can talk about this off the. I'm having.
What if we all go? The whole party.
I'm having a. We could go if you want Friday night, but I'm having a dinner here. Like, see, that's the thing.
You have meat.
Look.
We get some of those steaks, man.
Dude, my dog is in the office right now.
Farting
his ass off. It smells shit. Look,
it's terrible.
Here's the thing. It's just like my house is open to a few folk coming in from far distances, and of course Shattercast, because Shattercast is Shattercast. But I don't. I mean, I'm majority rules. If we all want to go see Infinity War, fine, we'll go see Infinity War. But like, I don't get to see you guys. Like, I don't want to spend my time with you guys in a movie theater. Me personally.
No, I understand that. That's cool. I just thought about it. When I saw that, I forgot. I looked at it. I was like, oh fuck, that's.
Yeah, I'd rather hang out.
Yeah.
I would too. I was just kidding. But I do want some meat, though.
All right. Speaking of trying to get Bobby's meat, Magic Square has released a image of Trailbreaker, and look at that pelvic thrust. That's all I'm saying.
I wish they'd fucking release some of this shit. They show some good stuff, but they haven't released anything.
It's Keith. You know this is Keith.
Look at that thrust, though. Damn, it's boing. I like it. I think it looks good.
It doesn't look bad.
But goddamn, all we're doing is seeing these fucking, renders or whatever the fuck they are.
Keith, we know it's you.
Oh, look at that fucking beachcomber, too.
Oh, they look so good.
Goddamn, how many have they got of these?
God, all of them.
Robert, if you set up a space,
all this stuff.
If you set up a space to display all of your G1 Season 1 and 2 Legends in one place, I will make a diorama for them.
Oh wow!
Just so I can see what it would look like.
Okay.
Hey, you
look at the Inferno, Robert.
You know what I noticed about Inferno right away? In the
wheels?
vehicle mode, how far back that front wheel sets.
I did too. I just looked at it. There's a big old gap between that.
Oh, yeah.
But God, they look good. The side swap and the Sunstreaker too, man. Oh. I wish they hurry and get this shit out, man.
I wonder if I wonder what the profit is on Legends versus MP.
5 cents.
I wonder if what does a third party Legends go for on average, Robert?
Yeah, well, it depends. Iron Factory, I would say
it depends. No, it depends.
Iron Factory, I would say average is $45.
Okay.
DX9 average, I would say is between $30 and $35.
Okay, so let's say the average is $40.
Hasbro's $10.
Let's say the average is $38.
Say it's $40 average between Unique Toys, Iron Factory, DX9. $40.
And how much? And what are these going for?
I don't know.
It's probably $30.
Well, they're gonna be expensive. See, fucking when Mech Fans Toys was released,
fuck Mech Fans Toys,
right? It's B is actually not cheap, as I recall. And I think it was Tony said they're doing it to be competitive with Iron Factory, and I was like, it looks like shit. You don't compete with Iron Factory by just making your shit more expensive. I mean, consider that Hot Soldiers, which is Mech Fans Toys, made a Soundwave and sold him for $17 US. They could make a profit off of that. They were making a profit, or they wouldn't sell it at that price. So the margin I think on Legends is significantly higher than the margin on MPs, I would say.
How much do you think these go for? Like 45?
They're going to be like, I'd say, yeah, I think you're right there, Matt. They're going to be around between 40 and 50 probably each. And, it's Keith. This is fucking Keith. It reeks of Keith. It's got his thumbprint all over it. The sculpts look great. You got a stupid face on a fucking dumb thing in the corner.
Stupid face on a fucking dumb thing.
I think the Trailbreaker face looks good, man.
No, I'm talking about the Magic Square.
The
alien thing.
Yeah, from that episode.
It just smells like Keith. I mean, unless it's bad, probably. Unless Magic Square is in some way, it's not Bad Cube. But I mean, that it could be because that was Rubik's Cube, Magic Square. I don't know. I don't think that's savvy. I think it's Keith, based on the fact that the sculpts look so nice, and they pumped out who else could pump out so many prototypes unless you have your own factory, And we know Keith likes to make little different companies, and but that's why I think these could be shit. They could look great and be shit. That's the sense I'm getting.
Could they be like Crapagonics?
No.
I hope not. I like these. I'm excited for these.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're moving on to official news now. And it looks like coming up first, this is a big point of discussion. MP17 Plus, which is just animation colors. This bothers the crap out of me.
Me
the
too,
fact
buddy.
that we haven't seen anything for the G1 MP line, and it's like we're just gonna release it in G1 cartoon colors. Like, come on, come on.
Yeah, me too, buddy. I'm with you. Fuck this.
Yeah.
I had like 5 of these molds, man. Blue streak, another blue streak, and another blue streak, and
honestly,
they'll do blue streak next probably.
If you want to do this in cartoon colors and you want me to give it a crap about it, give it a cell shaded paint job. Go ahead and like make the windows like painted with like that, like like the white streak, like or the light blue streak going down it, so it looks like it's on like a cartoon panel. Then I'll care. But like this is just like you've colored the windows blue, and that's good enough.
And like my question, I heard that, is this up for pre-order? Yes, it is. So what was the original one? Was the original
79?
The original one was 79 also?
And then they dropped it to 69.
Okay, so the original one was 69.
No, 79, and then they dropped it to... Oh, you mean what was the original MP?
Yes.
I don't know. No, I thought you meant the original.
See, I want to say the original was... I want to say the original was $60 to $70. And now this one is
$59.99.
This one is more expensive. It's the 13th fucking use of the goddamn mold.
But you get the blaster. You get the little rocket launcher thing.
Good point. You're right.
That takes up $20 right there.
They originally had this at 79, and I guess not enough people bit. And they're like, "Oh, we meant 69."
Oh, it's
still 79 on BBTS.
BBTS, I saw a notification from them that they lowered it to 69.
I'm on BBTS right now. That's all I got.
That's weird.
They were the first one to get a pre-order up, was BBTS, and that was $80.
It's so ridiculous to me. Like, I don't know.
It's frustrating.
You can't put money into the line that like virtually saved Transformers. Like, I don't know.
I just don't get. Did they not get that? When they put out something new, I mean, shit just. When they put that Sunstreaker out, you saw so many third-party shit go up, and people pre-ordering this. I mean, maybe not pre-ordering, but people looking forward to this. But I think Sunstreaker sold really good, and don't they understand that when they put something out, people want it.
I would rather pay somebody to paint my windows blue.
Yeah, seriously. Go find someone's old one that they're selling for cheap, or like one of those the Hasbro ones that were sitting in Toys R Us for like 8 years, and get someone to actually do like the cell shaded paint job on it. Like
you pay somebody $25
better.
to do it. Yeah.
I feel like G1 Nostalgia is funding this fucking Beast Wars. That's what my Spidey sense tells me.
My Spidey sense says I have gas.
If Repro-Labels was smart, what they would do is just now they realize this is what's going to happen. They should just send a wave out of just shit like this, so you can just tune up your pre-existing collection.
Is that a double? Is that a double entendre?
Mm-hmm. Tune it up.
Tune it up.
Actually, that's a triple entendre.
What about quadruple?
Tune it up in terms of generally tuning it up. Tune it up in terms of cartooning it up, but it also turns into a car, so it's a tune-up.
Matt said quadruple.
He's got to explain the fourth one.
Quadruple.
Quadruple.
Powder Prime.
Yeah, so
I didn't get the red alert. I didn't get the fucking other slide.
No way. So. Fuck this. Fuck that
I wonder if Greg is in on this. That's my.
I don't think so. I mean, it is. I love the cars.
I mean, he got the side swipe.
What do you think they're gonna do when they get to Inferno? They have nothing to do.
they take the 3 panel lines out.
You know what's gonna happen? There's gonna be a version of Inferno that comes out with like extra sculpting, and they're like not like vehicle accurate Inferno. Like, oh, that's what I wanted from the beginning.
Do you think they could do a new mold for this, like for the cars? I'm just saying this is old. This is 10 plus years.
Yeah, no, it's not 10 plus years.
Fine, whatever. 5.
It's like barely 5. Yeah, I think they could have at some. I think they could have at one point. I don't know if they could now.
Like fix those feet or something, or I don't know. It's just older mold, and it's
really well done. This is a really well done figure.
Yeah, I love the cars. Yeah, the cars are really good.
Honestly, the only thing about the older molds that I don't like so much anymore is the fact that the MP line is shifted to be these not so realistic. Yeah, like if anything, someone pointed out on my videos. They're like, oh, but the MP Inferno is better than the MMC Inferno. I'm like, well, I mean, that's questionable. Like, his transformation is great. Like, he looks great. But, like, if you were collecting, the original MPs where the cars looked authentic like the cars, like, it's really hard to argue that the MMC Inferno is not the better Inferno when his truck looks more like the truck it's intended to be.
I still prefer the bot mode of Backdraft over that. And the official, I think the official looks dumpy.
Man, you're full of shit too, man.
I prefer the bot mode over the on the official only because I think that the MC one is too long in the body.
So I tend to agree with that, but my problem with it is that there's so little detail on the legs and everything that it looks boring to me.
That I agree with. So. I feel like I could Frankenstein monster the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the official's legs look like he go up to his tits.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Yeah, well, all the officials have very long legs these days. Megatron is the worst example of it, where like the legs just that dude is like an old school remember when the pantyhose used to come in an egg? He's like in that commercial.
You should have a Tommy gun.
Somebody gave Megatron a wedgie.
Starscream, because he's the better leader.
Maybe.
All right.
But I feel like this is such a fucking
cash grab.
Blatant cash grab.
They're going to lose money on this.
Maybe. I don't know, man.
I don't think so. I think there's going to be a lot of people buy it.
I don't know. I'd be interested. Maybe you're right. I mean, I don't know for sure. But, I mean, I'd be interested to know what kind of numbers these other plus figures have pulled.
See, this doesn't look the same as the other plus figures, though, right? Because there's no extra finish to it.
So actually, it's fairly different. If you look at the police cars deco, like there's a lot of stuff that's missing on this version of Prowl. Like the symbol, the shield symbol is like way smaller. Like the rear tail lights look a little bit different. Like they're more so everything that's on the toy is there, but it's colored just completely different. Or the deco of the black and the white is different enough that that's what they're selling it for. It doesn't look as strikingly different as like Sideswipe, I guess arguably did. I don't think he looked that much different either. So
I'm gonna text Greg. Greg, are you getting that new Prowl? I just think that so I think they did the red alert, and the red alert is a fucking, it's a different beast because like the general color palette is just different than the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And then after they got away with that one,
right, it opened the door.
And then after they got away with that one,
what do you think they'll do next?
Prowl. I think the obvious choice is Soundwave.
You're gonna get a.
You change that silver to white.
I'd get the Soundwave though.
Yeah, I guess you get Soundwave. I can see Wheeljack. You're gonna get Wheeljack with a much different looking deco on it.
Man,
see, this is that bullshit. This is the shit that is disheartening.
Honestly, at this point, you're probably getting MP pluses of everything. You're gonna get an MP plus Bumblebee. That, I mean, let's see.
Is the right color yellow?
Yeah, but they should have done it in the first place.
Whoops. So, yep. So he has like the light blue windshield on him at all times, and I think the MP, did it have that?
That's black.
I think it was black. So yep, we're just gonna go ahead and we'll tweak the color. He'll be a little more like goldish yellow, and he'll have the light blue windshield, and boom. We're gonna make our money there, and then we'll do Wheeljack, and he's gonna have less of the graphics going on.
See, that's frustrating, man.
Think we didn't have third party.
That's the G1 you're gonna get because they're not sure any other G1 will sell.
Yeah,
that's the G1 you're gonna get while they fund their fucking Beast Wars and their fucking movie bots.
You know how much the fucking groups would go fucking crazy if we got announcements of Jazz or Hound. Or fucking Trailbreaker and Hoist. People will lose their shit.
Trailbreaker, I'm in. Jazz, I'm out. Hound, I'm out. Trailbreaker?
I would definitely get a Jazz or a Hound. I'd definitely get a Hound.
So for me, I mean, there's a lot of toys that I don't really need to replace because I like my third-party versions of it. But in interest of checking out what Takara could do with it, there are toys that I would check out, like a Hound. Like I like the character enough that I would pick it up simply to see, you know, what they decided to do with it.
Well, Jazz is your favorite character, so you're definitely getting that.
I would definitely do Jazz too, yeah.
If they did some mini bots, I would definitely be in on that.
Gears, nobody's really gotten him right.
Warpath, I do a Warpath.
Warpath is the easy one, but see, I don't think they give a fuck about Warpath because I don't think they see the money.
Yeah, that's
like the money. The money is like it's all the money. Like look at this shit. Like this, they don't have to do anything. But change, but probably push some buttons in the computer or feed different color plastic into different things, and that's it. Reproduce.
It's feeding Power Primes.
No, it's not. It's feeding that Beast Wars.
Good.
I mean, it ultimately, like, I'm not in on this shit. I'm not in on any of this shit.
Man, either.
Waspinator.
Trashatron.
Megatron.
Yep. All right, so let's move from one piece of depressing news to something that is either uplifting or most likely depressing. There's a new MP Prime that's listed, and it's a rumor right now, and all they show is that it kind of looks exactly like MP10, but with a fatter grill and a longer smokestack.
Fatter grills. I got a grill like Paul Wall.
My question is, like, what is the goal behind this? Like, I don't know.
Same shit. It's the same shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there is. I don't. There's been people who've said like, oh, are they gonna make a new scale? Like, I don't think it's necessarily a new scale.
No, I don't think so either.
I think they're just again going for.
How can they sell their repaints?
Yeah, exactly.
Do a new scale?
Exactly. You can't. So. All it is they're just making an animation accurate Prime, and you know, if you're gonna do that, then figure out a way to fix his arms because his arms weren't that long. So
you know what's funny is we always just talk on here like, you know, like we always used to say that a MP10, you know, or MP Prime 3.0 is definitely going to happen at some time. And we always used to have the conversation of, you know, would it be a new scale? Would they start over, et cetera, et cetera? And none of us had the foresight to say they won't, because then they won't be able to reproduce molds they already have for more money. You know, and that is like, in hindsight, being 2020, that is the obvious answer.
Yep.
I said that.
I don't understand the question.
Well, that's good, Matt, because there was no question. So.
Oh, okay, good. I'm sorry, I was doing my physics homework while y'all were talking about fucking toys. So
Ooh.
35th anniversary, folks.
I did 35 that 8 years ago. No.
Oh, I know you did. That's why you got a good job.
It's way longer than that.
Living in
God damn, it's 12 years
here
ago. Or more.
I'm living in poverty, Justin. Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome. I do what I can.
I just paid Hobby Link Japan for something. Fuck.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Good. I hope it's a Beast Wars.
Oh, no. I just so because I'm not really interested in this MP10, I looked at just listed on eBay right below, and someone has a Transformers Legend lot set of Mech Fans Toys Hot Soldiers, and then it says brief display only. So like, I'm just wondering if they're selling underwear or if they're selling, you know,
$85.
Hey, breaking news: Greg is in for the new Prow.
Is it?
Yep. Okay. I told you, like it. That's what it is.
You know what this is? This is Hasbro knocking themselves off. Yeah. That's what this really is.
No, I don't see that.
It is.
And he said he's in for it from BBTS too, because it's 30 more from Anime Export due to local costs.
See,
so wait, what does that mean?
That means this is Hasbro influencing things. They're like, you know what you need?
Wow.
Now that we're getting involved, we need to repaint. We need to increase profits. That's what they're doing.
Son of a bitch.
That's their involvement.
That means we will not get a new G1 mold for 2023.
I mean, oh my God.
Thank God for third party. God, I hate saying that shit.
Thank God for Hot Toys.
Thank God for Hot Toys.
Well, it's so sad because it's like they just don't care. Like it feels like Hasbro flat out does not care about.
Greg said it's Takara Tomy Mall. AE has 0 discount, but why would BPTS have one?
What I don't get is that the Masterpiece is for adult collectors. I mean, I know some kids may get them once in a while, but they're not for the kids. For the kids, they're not kid friendly. They're for adult collectors, I think. So why not finish G1? Yeah, finish what you started. I don't know.
It's trash. I'm sorry. What are we talking about? We're talking about the MP. I'm sorry, dude.
Prime.
Where are we at with this MP
Prime
talk?
We were moving on to someone selling their briefs online. So,
35.
Do you have anything else? Any final thoughts on this Prow or this Prime, or should we move on to?
I think that a Prime is inevitable.
Yeah.
Like Prime and B are always the money makers. You're never going to see them go away.
I bet they'll do a redo of Megatron too.
I'm surprised it's taken this long for a Prime.
One thing you mentioned, Justin, you said they just don't care. You see, like, use Greg, for example. I think Greg represents the majority of MP collectors. So maybe they don't care about the fringe because they know they'll still turn a huge profit off of these just low-cost repaints. Not reissues, really. They just tweaked reissues, So, I mean, if they're catering...
Wait a minute, because I think that you're right. I think that Greg... See, this gets complicated. I think that Greg does represent the majority of MP collectors. But do the majority of people that buy MPs fit the MP collector category?
It's a good question.
That was deep.
What? No, I mean, yeah.
Well,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't know either, because you have to take into account, there's a whole swath.
There is a sloth too.
There's
definitely
sloth.
A whole sloth.
Just say sloth.
I can't speak anymore lately. But
the dark side of the sloth.
Yeah. There's a whole group of MP collectors, quote unquote MP collectors, that are buying your third party MPs. Like whether they say MP, like, so there's that group of people where, like, if it doesn't say MP on the box, it's not an MP, but like whatever, it's an MP scaled toy that sits next to my MP, official stuff. It's an MP. It's just not made by Hasbro or Takara. So
and on the flip side, I think there's a large percentage that just collect Transformers and then buy the MPs, but they're not necessarily quote unquote MP collectors.
Mm-hmm.
I think
so. That's the point I'm trying to get at, is that, like, I think that the majority of people that buy Masterpiece Transformers aren't necessarily buying either A, all the Masterpiece Transformers, or B, buying third party. Like one or the other. Like, I would suspect that there's a number of people that bought a Masterpiece Optimus Prime because they were like, fuck, I can get an Optimus. Not because they're a collector, not because they're an MP collector, not because they're trying to flesh out their shelves. You know what I mean? They're just like, fuck, I'll get this Optimus and be, one and done.
I think third party is fringe. It's like we talk a lot, and we the people we rub elbows with are similar to us, but in the grand scheme of things, I would think that people who are in our situation are the fringe.
Of course,
across the globe.
Who loves this shit enough to spend that amount of money on it?
I think, look at Greg, and I'm not saying that to knock him. I think many people are very much loyal to Masterpiece, and it's like an addiction. So if that's what they're releasing now, then they got teased with the first one they thought was perfect, and then what's this? It's been tweaked. I have to have it.
I'm not sure that those two are mutually exclusive.
And then you have the idiot that's holding up a Powder Prime's Optimus Prime going, I don't need MP10, I got this.
Would that be me?
No. I saw someone on Facebook holding that shit up.
I believe you have MP10.
You should have responded and said, you don't need MP10 or that. All you need to do,
choke yourself.
is relax.
Actually, like my comment on the post is what I usually do is when I say, "What character is this?" And I said, "Is that MPP10?" And it was just people started answering me and trying to educate me, and I,
dude, I love a helpful helper. I had a helpful helper try to help me today.
I'm always fishing. I fish for helpful helpers, and I try to frustrate them. I just won't get it.
I wish I could help, Bobby.
No,
like,
no, you don't.
This is Power of the Primes, Optimus. I'm like, what third party is that? You know, and then like, no,
is that Hot Soldier?
It's
that looks like Hot
it's
Soldier.
$59.99 shipped to TRU. I'm like, I have to go to Toys R Us and they ship it to me.
And then, you know, they're just sitting behind the computer like, no, dummy, you order it and then you just like, okay.
No, they kept helping me. They're trying to explain that.
But they're sitting there
it's
drinking
free
Kool-Aid.
shipping for anything over $39.95, or you can go there and buy it.
I bet they feel proud too, and they help you too. They're like, "Yes, I helped somebody. I'm fucking good.
I educated somebody.
Yes, I'm kind of hard on."
Greg is saying it's because of bulk. Maybe you were in agreement. He doesn't know, but I think that doesn't make any sense because, like the other Takara told me, mall exclusives haven't been any cheaper on BBTS than they have been anywhere else. So I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I don't know.
What would you buy for $1?
What would I buy for $1?
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, like a soda, maybe?
Okay. No, you can't get a soda for $1 anymore.
It's
man.
hard, but every now and then you can come across at least a canned soda in the soda machine. Sure.
Get that
Costco.
Sam's Choice.
Costco.
Yeah, Sam's Choice or something, maybe.
I think McDonald's offers the $1 drink still. So.
Oh, do they? Yeah, they do. There you go. You can get you. You gotta have some change, Mac. But then,
all right, so let's move on because it's gonna take a while, I think. Next up, the next one after this is the long one. This is going to be quick. There's another vote. Impactor versus Mirage, Needle Nose versus Trax, or Spinister versus Wheeljack. Go ahead and vote for it now so your War for Cybertron trilogy.
That's hard.
Whatever. I don't know. So it looks like, are they making toys of these things? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yes. Which rivalry do you want to see as deluxe class figures? Did Impactor and Mirage have a rivalry? I don't seem to remember that.
Now.
Aren't they on the same team? Okay.
Did Needle Nose and Trax have a rivalry?
Were they even in the same season?
No. What did Needle Nose turn into? A set of pliers?
No, he was a helicopter. No, he was a jet. I'm sorry, he was a little jet.
Needle Nose?
Yeah, Needle Nose is a jet. He's a little junior target master.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is weird.
Drop some knowledge.
I don't understand it.
You trying to kick knowledge?
I tried a little bit.
All right, so that's that topic. We're gonna move on to one of the long topics now. Like I said, next up we have Wonderfest, which is Takara Tomi's kind of like their toy fair. So yeah, you're getting one picture from this, and too bad. So, do we want to start with the first picture, or what do we want to do with this?
Sure. Start with the one.
Wonderfest.
Okay, we have a picture of Bumblebee and Optimus Prime that are exactly the same size statues.
Nice.
Picture 2.
Look
at all that MP Plus in the front. You know what's even more funny though is that you have Thrust and Dirge next to them, which are still just kind of tweaked Starscream molds, and it just goes to show how long the MP line has gone without legitimately, doing anything new outside of Sunstreaker, I guess. So.
What Megatron is that, Matt?
Which one? That was Dark of the Moon. No, sorry, that was Ridge of the Fallen.
Well, it's a good thing that toy line from many years ago is.
So that's an old one
coming back.
These are all old. These are just these stuff already been out. That Pink Bumblebee was exclusive. So was that the Nemesis Prime.
All right, so let me ask you guys a question. The next picture.
Oh, hot girls.
Which one?
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. I take that back. Prime. She got bigger back.
Bumblebee.
I'm going with Bumblebee.
Me too.
Oh, Prime.
I think you're right. What you said, Matt. I think you're right, but I think that Bumblebee is a little thicker and she's more freaky.
Yeah, she just got the hips. She got little hips.
She's doing kegels.
Okay, let's continue.
Next picture. We got better view of Bumblebee.
Crashbox Customs did that. backdrop. For
Exactly. They did that. How'd you know that? Did he sign it? I hope he signed it.
I know the man's work.
Oh, that's true. There's some cool displays right there. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, they are.
Collection things.
Oh Lord.
Oh, look at that. Beast Gorilla.
Where?
That is picture 6.
It's not Beast Gorilla, but it's.
What is funny to me is that you can't remember his actual name, but you can remember the third-party name.
Optimus. I know his name. Just T.
Greg is asking to be added.
Oh, no. And on that note, Scarlett just knocked on the door. So I will fuck with Greg for a minute, and then I will be out. And then Greg can take over my spot.
Oh, look at that. That
told you.
Predaking was good.
I'm sorry. I was just petting Zoe, and
This is Trisha Takanawa reporting in from
Wonderfest.
All right, Greg, as a heads up, we're at Optimus Primal Prototype, which is picture 6 of Wonderfest, and we're getting ready to move on.
And it's perfect timing, Greg, because I was
stop recording. Stop recording.
Stop recording.
Turn it back on. They're not recording. I'm sorry. It was a good joke, though. Okay, sorry about that.
It's perfect timing because I was going to have to get off soon, and it's good to hear that you're getting on.
What just happened?
It's fucking creepy as fuck, Robert. You're getting off while I get on?
Mm-hmm. Ugh. I can only get off if you get on.
On top or bottom?
Get on the bottom.
All right, so here's Predaking.
Yep. So Predaking combined doesn't look terrible.
Predaking combined doesn't look terrible.
Except that they couldn't fill in the damn horns on Tantrum, so you got the hollow horns just.
They're like bunny ears.
Yeah.
Hello, folks.
Like the shape of the horns is misshapen because they had to make it hollow. Like this is terrible.
I just I think we're gonna get to my feelings on
what feelings is that?
It's on the combiner element, let's say.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get there. So should we skip past Predaking here?
Why?
Yeah.
We're skipping them?
I mean, what do you got? What do you got, Robert?
Tantrum's got some big lips.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't think it looks too bad. I guess that's all we have to say. People are hating on it though, like because of the ginormous kibble. Has anyone seen
the backpack
this kibble?
Yeah, the kibble is significant. The kibble is going to be mentioned very soon.
Yeah, I feel like we'll get to the kibble pretty soon.
Oh, all right, kibble's in bits.
Which is mostly why we're skipping Predaking, because Predaking himself looks fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted. I like how it looks.
I'm getting abominous.
Abominous.
I'm getting that abominous.
Somebody recently commented on my Unique Toys Abominous video and said, I wonder how the Hasbro one will compare. And I just replied, it won't.
Yeah. It'll be a fraction of the size and way more hollow.
Himself. You feel good about yourself now?
It's not in competition with that. It's not in competition with you.
I agree, Matt. I agree.
That's why he said that mean thing to that 14.
I know. God dang, you probably ruined his life.
I don't know how old he was. He didn't have his age in his profile.
No, he's like 48.
Please tell me how old you are so that I can decide how to respond to you.
So let me be polite about Abominus here, and I will say that the individual bots are way better than the Combiner Wars crap that they put out before. I think there's a lot more care and love into the individual modes, the monster modes at least. I don't know if we see any other robot modes here.
The monster modes.
But the monsters look good.
I don't disagree.
The combined mode looks like crap though.
Trash.
Oh yeah.
God, those fucking stickers on Hunger.
The combined mode looks just like Combiner Wars. I mean, which I guess is good.
If you're into Combiner Wars, congrats.
Right.
I love this.
Exactly. Like it fits in with all the rest.
Oh, look at his horns and his ears, his eyes. Like it's just his horns are all crooked. His eyes are all buggy.
One's droopy.
I mean, but that's probably that probably won't be final. You know what I mean?
He's got those Gurren Lagann shades. If Joe's listening, he knows what that means.
Remember that time when Combiner Wars come out and I didn't believe y'all? That was so funny.
Dude, you thought it was so bad that it couldn't possibly be Hasbro. I will never forget that as long as I
hope
live.
you don't. I hope you don't.
You saw that Minosaur, and you thought it was custom because
That's a knockoff.
It was so super trash that you were like, "There's no way, Bobby."
It was
Bobby.
trash.
There's no way that's Hasbro. That's a custom. And then it came out, and it was Hasbro, and you're like, "It's not that bad."
The Minosaur was bad, but the rest of the other ones were alright, man. Superior one's pretty good. I'm getting Hungar tomorrow. So.
The next picture, I love it. I love it. A little tiny Pretender bludgeon. I love it.
Yeah, I love those Time Master, or not Time Master, Power Master, or whatever.
I keep meaning to do like a small, because only take like 2-minute review on those things, but they are perfect for what I want them to be, which is to stand next to MP humans. So it's cool.
Octopunch.
Glad to see they're going on with that line. So
me too.
And you got the Duocons, which we are seeing all that they're
we can skip that. Whatever.
Studio Ox, not Studio Ox. I'm sorry, Studio. What are these called? Studio Series, the movie stuff. I'm getting Starscream, definitely. But
is this just a re-release of the old molds?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Why even bother? Well, that's my question.
Some people like the movie stuff, Bobby.
I mean, but don't they already have figures of these?
Yeah.
So, like, why not just continue with the Masterpiece ones? People seem to be pretty interested in those.
Why recolor fucking MPs?
See, I think that is also a genuine question.
So, well, I mean, it looks to me like the Dread character, like, he is definitely a big upgrade to his deluxe. I don't know why you don't do it as part of an MP style line. It seems like a weird misstep, given everything, but, like, I mean, he does not look bad if you're into his design with, like, however they made the dreads on him. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I might pick him up in Stinger or Sting, whatever.
Yeah, and Stinger is completely new, right? They've never done that mold before.
No, the Stinger that was in AOE was a recolor Bumblebee, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so like in that regard, that's cool. And then they had like the 70s Camaro Bumblebee. And I mean, I guess it's an upgrade from its old mode.
Garbage.
Yeah.
No, I think Ben's Collectibles did a review on them. A lot of people
Didn't he
liked
say
it.
Didn't he say it was good?
No, he trashed it. He hit it with a hammer.
Is this the movie series? He did this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah, you could order those.
That was Ball Matrix.
I'm sorry, Ball Matrix. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Robert, shut up.
Listen, Robert, you made me fuck my own joke up.
All right, speaking of which, I'm gonna get off now and let Robert take over for me.
Robert.
I'm gonna be your interim Robert for the rest of the flight.
Robert.
For the show last week, they released the 4 Bumblebee, Stinger, the Dread, and Ratchet. I think you could purchase them at there. I think you could order them online, and you could purchase them at the show too.
So as we go through the pictures at 26, then there's the glaring flaw that Bobby points out with the line is you've got that MPM barricade standing right next to that Movie Master Bumblebee, and like look at the scale difference between the two of them. Like, suddenly you're like, well, okay, what's the point? So.
Well, they're not the same line though.
Because dudes on budgets, man. You don't all got that government money.
So I guess that's the case, but then the question is, why bother making an MP line for it then? Like,
because we don't want
which one is the master line? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the Movie Masters, which kind of sounds like it's Movie Masterpiece. It's one word off. You know.
I think you're kind of digging there, Justin. But okay.
I don't know.
I'll play along. I
mean, but here's the thing, Matt. Like, you had how many years of shitty deluxes that they released, and now they're like, okay, they're still interested in the movie line. Here's some more shitty deluxes. You know, like, I mean, Stinger and the Dread look awesome, but like, why wouldn't you make them in an MP scale?
Well, I mean, to be honest, they must have sold pretty good if they're going to redo them again. I mean, why would they waste their time if they didn't sell well?
And people have like said like, why don't you do a line in between Masterpiece and Movie Deluxes or Masterpiece and Deluxes for collectors? And they just were like, okay, let's kick all the paint apps down on the main line and we'll boost it up by like 3 and we'll call it the master line. And like characters like Stinger and the Dread guy, like, I mean, they were only in the movie for like a scene. So do they justify a Masterpiece release figure? Like, would people be into that?
Who the fuck knows what people would be into for Masterpiece these days?
Yeah. I mean, I can't even get a fucking, I can't even get a Masterpiece fucking, what was his name? DevCon. So, I mean, yeah.
I'm saying third party does that. Third party does the, that one scene figures.
With accessories. And I think the only third party, like, major release that's a one scene figure is, it was a one show figure. It was, what's my boy's name?
Which one?
Jesus fucking Christ. Justin, you know. KFC's making them.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
KFC they made a figure that was a one time.
The forgetter gun guy. I can't even think of his fucking name. That's how relevant he is to the fucking.
Well, the Tether Jets were one thing. That
Tracks. There's Tracks. Right? Tracks? That was a blue... no, what's the blue van?
Skids.
Everybody's all excited about Skids. Yeah, exactly. See, that's how relevant he was to G1. I couldn't remember his fucking name.
Like I said, the Tetra Jets and that that Bumblebee that Bobby did the box art for. I mean, that was a one. Third party's done it. But anyways,
how much do these things?
I don't know if they're MP line.
How much do these retail for? Because I'm seeing like $60, $50-$60 on them.
They're $19.99 on Hasbro Toy Shop.
Okay.
Yeah, they may have they may have paid a premium price or something for to get them soon or something or quick.
Let's see.
Or first, whatever.
I mean, I'm just simply looking at Google Shopping, so it's not the best place to look. Let's see, Studio Series.
Shit. Yeah. All this that's Wonderfest shit. We've already seen all this shit, man. We could skip this. We've already seen all this crap. I think Bobby's gone into hiding.
I just added a lot of shit to the notes because it pertained to Toy Fair. So
Bobby's gone into hiding.
No, I'm here. I'm just listening. I'm just.
I'll be sad.
Yeah, I'm sad. This shit makes me sad. This shit makes me sad. Like almost everything in the notes so far has legitimately made me sad in one way or another.
Oh, Bobby, if I hadn't done the notes today at like 11, I would have mailed you some Paxil.
Yeah. No, it would have been. I would have taken it.
Do you want to talk about some Hot Toys or something, Bobby? Is that what you want to do?
Shit, fucking maybe, dude.
Okay.
Oh no, you know what? I definitely want to talk about this combined Dinobot thing.
So, which picture are we looking at?
That's 44, and it just looks.
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
I saw a different picture of this today.
Hungry Hippos.
God bless. God bless.
God bless whoever gets that, man. I can't wait to get them.
Are you, dude? You are definitely leaving it in this mode right here.
No, I'm not combining.
No, come on, 100%. Leave it in this mode. Leave it.
Hey,
it'll fit in.
Look at that face.
Fit in better.
Look at that face, Bobby.
Is the next one a re-release of Jetfire and ROTF Prime? Can I order this Jetfire and stick mine that doesn't actually work properly back in the box and send it back?
Yeah.
Cool.
Probably if you want to.
That Jetfire looks like me. You guys ever see that show? It was like Dorf the Dwarf or something. And he was he was a guy who put his knees in shoes.
No.
And
oh yeah, no,
he played golf.
So,
yeah.
That's
that's what this guy's doing right here. Looks like he has his knees in his shoes.
It looks like he's squatting and taking a shit. Honestly.
I like this Jetfire in his alt mode, and that was pretty much where my love for him was gone.
Isn't he supposed to be like the same size as Prime?
He is, but he's just squatting.
What is going on? Like, I don't understand.
They had to make room.
Dude, Bob, Billy Graham died. All hell's breaking loose. Like,
Yeah, I was talking with Belisa about that. I was like, he's 99. I would have been pissed, man. I was like, man, I need to make 100 if I'm going to go this far.
Right there. You're right there.
It's like, God, he's so close. And he's like, fuck.
God's like,
All right, we've already seen most of this shit. We can go on if y'all want.
Yeah, so then
I didn't add so much depressing stuff to the show. I just was like,
Yeah, kind of got depressing when you got
people.
So we move on to some Diaclone stuff, which would be way more interesting if it wasn't ridiculously expensive.
This is the Super 7?
I don't know.
Oh, we're still on Wonderfest.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I thought when you said moving on, I thought you meant.
No. Let's see. Is there anything else? Okay, I think we can move on from Wonderfest. There's a couple. There's a drift statue, which looks fine.
But which looks good.
Yeah, and a bumblebee statue. Again, looks.
Which
good
I don't have those. Shit.
Looks good.
Those aren't in my notes.
The face on. I'm looking at the Millennium Falcon robot modes. God, the face on Chewie. I love it.
Gross.
It's the best thing I've ever seen.
So gross. I think the mask on Step Brothers was better than that fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
The diorama is trash.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic, which is another long topic, and it has a bunch of little things. So once again, you're only getting one. So it's Toy Fair 2018, and we start with Super 7, whatever that is. It looks like Super deformed.
Oh, they're not for Halloween candy?
I don't know. What is this? Are they all just little like Action Masters and crap?
Oh, I didn't realize we were on Wonderfest because I just added that one link. There's a lot of shit we can skip then in this next part. So,
are you talking about the silver buckets? Where are we at?
Super 7. Super 7.
Yeah.
Super 7 is the name of the note. It's like all these little fellas.
Oh, okay.
Super garbage.
So Alien. They're making the He-Man Classics figures now.
Yeah, I'm much more interested in that.
Yeah, they look pretty good. These super buckets look like fucking. This is like for Halloween candy or something.
That's what they are.
Oh, okay, cool. I like the glasses. I like the G.I. Joe and the Mega Man glasses. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, they make Super 7's like a company made up of guys from like they were actually born in the 70s. They were like a little older than us in the heyday of like He-Man and stuff, and they make nostalgic toys akin to like they have the He-Man license, and they do the reaction figures now and things like that. So they're kind of like a nostalgia company.
Super Cyborgs? What are these?
Yes,
these Action Masters stuff.
Yes.
Yes, clear chest. Oh, well, that's weird.
Well, I think they're prototypes. The paint will cover some of it.
Okay. I like those little.
Or maybe it won't.
Super deformed keychains. Those look pretty cool. I would get those. Wouldn't fit in my pocket. It'd be pointless to have one as a keychain, but they look pretty neat.
I'm trying to find.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the stuff they do is just geared to like nostalgia collectors, like those niche. That
little part in Walmart.
Like the little custom figures that they sell online, like the Devastator dressed as a businessman or some shit like that. Like,
what about a super bucket?
Yeah, I'm just talking about that. They're for Halloween candy.
Are you gonna get one of those, Matt?
I think that's what they sell.
I might come trick or treat to your house.
You can come trick or treat. You don't need a super bucket to trick or treat at my house.
That's true. Why not?
Because you can come with just a regular. You can come with just a regular normal bucket.
Okay, cool. Don't need no.
What if he wants to be him?
He can be. Well, he can't be him. If he's him and he trick or treats at my house, he's not getting any treats.
But if he's dressed in costume, he has.
If he's dressed in costume, he gets a treat. I don't just give treats for nothing. Like, you got to put a fucking costume.
And
none of that bullshit of. I'm going as him and he's going as me. No, you both are getting no treats.
You got to work for that fucking candy.
Yeah, man. It's a social agreement. You put on the fucking costume, I give you fucking candy.
Yeah. That's true. These are really neat. I like the little keychains, and then you got some surprise or something. Blind box figures. Those look pretty neat.
You get some candy. You get to run the fuck off from Bobby's house. That's fun.
Yeah, I'm not playing that shit. I'm a student.
Yeah.
You're a fucking accident waiting to happen. Get off my lawn.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
What's that?
Terrible. No, I'm just looking at the next thing. I can't believe
All right,
Hasbro did.
let's move on.
Are we ready to move on? Okay,
Yeah,
so
sure.
next we get on to some Cyberverse stuff. And let me just point out, Hasbro hasn't embraced it, and there's I can't say it's image 1, it's 183. No. 180. Well, I guess you can see it in 183. Where's the clear picture? 185. They have a bumblebee with the name Hive Swarm.
Look at that fire coming out of Grimlock's mouth.
Look how shit the bumblebee looks. It's awful. This is terrible.
Is that fire? I thought somebody stashed a fucking flaming hot Cheeto in his mouth.
This is the bumblebee. It looks like he's wearing a cape, right?
It looks like he's wearing.
It's got a hood or something over it.
A lot of garbage.
Yeah, but if they're like, there's this one that looks like he's wearing a cape, and
I think it's the shadow behind him, but I see what you're saying.
You can see it later on in 196.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the star screen.
That one looks like he's wearing a cape.
I'll get star screen. 196. Hold on.
Where's star screen? What picture is that, Matt? Why would you get that?
199.
All this shit.
186.
I mean, this is all meant for children, right? I mean, like.
Yes, it's all meant for children.
Okay.
Even though it's technically part of the Generations one.
All right. Fuck it then.
Prime. Where do you say the? The star screen with the big old thrusters. Oh yeah, that's definitely mine. And look at. Oh my god! Look at 200. What is coming out of Megatron? Is that a crayon?
But it's like this shit. Like this shit, I don't even feel like we should be viewing.
What the fuck is that?
The same way, like because what is it? 207.
No, 3200. Megatron's like holding together a crayon or something. It's his blaster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks like a purple crayon. Come on.
Because I mean, this shit is clearly meant for tykes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can move on from this.
Tykes and dollar stores.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree.
I figured you parents and YouTube users that are YouTube contributors that benefit from rescue bots could stand to see this stuff. That's why I added.
I like some of the rescue bots. I've actually looked at some in the store, and I'm like, I might pick up some of those. Not that bad. Next, we got Powder Prime Predaking.
Yep. So we already discussed Predaking. Predaking himself not looking terrible, but the individuals.
That backpack.
That shit's funny as fuck to me.
Someone made a meme with it. It looked like an inhaler.
Yeah, it does look like an inhaler. That's what I thought of when I first saw it. Is it looked like an inhaler?
And then
looks like a periscope. It looks like an inhaler.
Someone made a Tetris a meme of it or something like that.
I like how terrible the center body piece ends up looking. I don't know what his name would be in can't
Razor Claw.
Like why
is Razor Claw the center or is he the one of the arms? I can never remember.
He's the center.
Razor Claw is the center.
Which one's the other one?
But
the bird
Rampage.
is
okay.
Rampage.
Okay.
The cat.
Yeah, those are the two I always get mixed up. So I'm just like this center one. But
and powder primes, it would be Safety Hand.
Yeah. So I love
Decepticon Safety Hand.
I love how ridiculously silly looking Razor Claw looks in his lion mode, and I think I like it even better that he has a hollow ass cheek.
Why is what was the rhino called? Is that Razor Claw? No.
Rampage.
Rampage. He's bigger than Razor Claw. Isn't he?
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, but I like how they have Tantrum. Like Tantrum's head is on that flap, and they tilted the flap up to make it look like he can emote some kind of way. But it's.
What picture is that?
It is 2999.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Oh, like he's nodding his head like he's got a cap or something on her head. I was like, "Good day, sir." Good day, ma'am. All right.
Yeah. Oh God, dude, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, for kids.
Dive bomb? No, this is not. This is not. This is aimed at collectors.
It's all for kids.
No, no, it's not.
I don't think it's aimed for all collectors. I think
No, it's definitely aimed at collectors, as they have said at BotCons. It is 100. It is 100%. It is 100% aimed at collectors, just like they said at BotCon.
It may be.
At BotCon, though, honestly, though, if a bunch of fucking grown ass man boys paid $1,000 plus travel expenses to go to a BotCon, do you think they'd be like, "Yeah, this is aimed for kids"? They were like, "Yeah, this is for you."
No, because I mean, they still came to
our bills.
No, they still came to the BotCon. Yeah, you know. I mean, like, I'm just saying for the people listening, like that shit that we just looked at, the Cyberverse, where it's like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee clearly styled off of the cartoon that's aimed at the child market, which is who they're trying to capture, who they've said they're trying to capture in 3-year brackets, and then they make simple transformers that transform for young kids based off of those stylization, based off of a cartoon aimed at young children. That should all make sense. This shit is aimed at collectors, and that's why it's a fucking joke.
Meanwhile, we won't say anything about MP lines.
Yeah, that's aimed at collectors as well.
I wouldn't get him. Probably. He's in the box set. He does come as a box set, so yay.
Keep him in robot mode.
Oh, I will.
Except for Razor Claw, keep him in lion mode.
Right.
Why?
Just because.
Okay.
All right, so should we move on to Powder? Assuming this is Powder of the Primes.
Powder Primes.
So most of this we kind of already talked about on the Wonderfest once.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Is there anything on here anybody wants to specifically jump to?
Let's see.
They showed the Beast War stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Primal. And he combines with Optimal Prime.
What about this?
Terrible.
What was it? Moon Racer?
Yeah, the females.
Yeah, she looks alright. I mean, for what she is. I mean, like her, what is it, Firestar or whatever the other one.
Yeah, the red one. Yeah.
Like they look alright. I mean, they look, fine.
They're fine.
They look like they fit in next to those MMC ones that came out before.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Isn't Firestar Teen Titans?
Yes. Yeah,
I like that one better.
Yeah, definitely. And and then I like Firestorm also better from Justice League. Or I like pretty much everything. Yeah. But I think that this shit fits in well.
I said Teen Titans.
Oh, I had the opportunity to look at that Battle Trap ensemble, and I thought it was funny. One of them, I can't remember now whether it was the helicopter or the Jeep, but one of them came with tailgates, like BioCard.
Yeah. I think a bunch of them are coming with different BioCards.
No, really?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they do come with different BioCard. Is it Powder of the Prime? Powder of the Primes?
Yeah, but
they come. I think they do come with different cards.
Well, okay,
it's different cards, but it's the same
collect them all if you care.
So I was sent 3. I was sent tailgate, the Jeep, and the helicopter. The 3 in picture 341. And tailgate came with his BioCard, and the helicopter came with his BioCard, and the Jeep came also with tailgate's BioCard. Like it seemed funny.
Were they in box?
Yeah.
Now there's variants. There's if you get Optimus Prime, there's different BioCards. People are getting, I don't know, they're trying to collect all the cards and shit.
Oh, so that's what we're calling them mistakes now. All right, variant.
Yes. Exactly.
No, it is. It is.
Variant.
It's like baseball cards. It's like you're all gonna get a piece of gum, but you get different cards with them.
Just good luck on which character you're gonna learn about.
Oh.
Well, you got to collect them all, Bobby. If we're gonna go back on things to take a look at, I got that finally that Generation Toy Megatron. I don't know where I'm at on him. He's pretty cool. Like I pick him up, he's really cool, and I put him down. I pick him up again. And I'm like, man, this guy's kind of wonky. I'm gonna sit him back down and pick him back up. Like, this is my favorite figure ever. So I don't know. I'm a little back on. He's not really my favorite figure.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he's pretty cool. I wish I would get the fucking Prime that I paid for first and shipped first, and still doesn't show it's left China. But hey, whatever. Shows his story. You're the real MVP. Give me that.
Better get that money back.
Nah, it's cool. It's only been a month.
Oof.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail the show.
No,
Yeah, most stuff we already talked about. So.
What is What Not Toys?
Moving along.
Let's find out.
Studio series we already seen.
Okay. They're SD Movieverse figures.
That's cool.
You in on these, Matt? You gonna get them all?
Oh, we got squeaks. Yes.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, they got squeaks in there. I'm gonna definitely get these. Oh, cool little neat little desk figures. Why not?
It's SCCC. You know we were going to talk about some bullshit. Or not SCCC, but it's Toy Fair. You knew we were going to talk about some bullshit, Justin.
Oh, we got Money Bugs coming back. I'm excited about that.
What's coming back?
What we got? Money Bugs?
Budget-ass knockoff Pops that don't look as good as Pops. Mm-hmm. And Pops are the same fucking figure over and over with different clothes.
Ooh, got some new rescue bots. All right.
Yeah, but the only problem with all these is none of them look like they're not nearly as interesting as the original line was. So I don't know. Like the rescue bots changed a lot later on, and it just, to me, like, it lost the essence of what made the original rescue bots interesting, where they were like skill learning things.
Right.
So
some look alright to me. I don't know. Like I said, I've run across them, stores all the time, and I'm like, maybe. I never do. I never pull the trigger on them. But
I mean, we'll see. There's something. At least it's something. Well, so my son loves playing with the rescue bots, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, they always do. Little man's walking around too.
Yeah, he's crazy.
It's awesome. Dancing, doing all that good stuff.
He's definitely insane. So, is that it? Flame Toys model kits? No, we still have more to go.
Yeah, I think we talked about the model kits last week, but I'm definitely getting Starscream. Let me get Optimus too. They look pretty neat.
Look like Gundams.
We actually talked about the model kits like.
Yeah, I think it was last week.
4 months ago.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, the color images like on display popped up. Like I said, I just added everything because I didn't know what you guys wanted to talk about.
The Starscreen looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get Starscreen.
So Mighty Mugs are back?
I love model kits.
This is the thing?
I'll get the Starscream. He's got that face. I like that. Are they got interchangeable faces, or is it different?
If I had to guess, there's like Lego, probably painted on one side and painted differently on a different side or something.
Oh, okay.
That'd be my guess. I feel like you could get 3 heads out of every one figure. So
that's pretty cool.
Do we know how much the model kits are going to cost versus like the $300 figures?
I don't know that yet, sir.
They're yeah, I do. They're $249 and.
Are you serious?
And they're unpainted.
No,
I don't know. I'm just making that shit up.
These are probably what?
I did. Imagine the drift with $300. Fuck.
These are probably what? I don't know, $150, $100.
How big?
They're not that big, are they? They're not that big.
Voyager scale, Legend scale, or excuse me, Deluxe scale, Voyager scale.
I'm probably going Voyager size.
So what's a model kit from
Star Wars?
Asia typically costs like that size is like $30-$40.
Yep.
If they're more than that, then yeah.
I said 150. I was way off. Shit.
Yeah, 150 will get you a goddamn
blowjob.
Master
Or a hand job, whichever you want. All right. Moving along. Everybody's got that awkward silence.
Yep.
Right.
Studio series.
Studio series, we saw those in powder official images.
But we are getting we're getting a Leader Class Blackout. I'm kind of excited for that. And I know you're not, Bobby, but I am. So, yes.
Yeah.
Leader Class Blackout.
That's one people have been asking for.
Yeah, and we've already seen everything for the powder, so we're done.
Congratulations, people.
Yeah, winner. All right, we're on to questions. Let's go.
Questions look like Hasbro news, so don't congratulate yourself just yet. There's still a battle to be fought.
Let's see.
There's wave 2.
All right.
All right.
You want to read it, Bobby?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
I think Bobby liked reading.
So MP Collector, as always, he submitted a question, and his question is, Dear Shattered Cast Crew, one third party that we haven't heard much from lately is Bad Cube. What do you think they are up to? Whenever they do make an appearance, what would you like to see them working on? And now that I think about it, do we need Bad Cube to come back? I'd love to hear that. See you guys' thoughts on this.
That's funny. That was a good one like that. I was like, do we really need them?
I think that it's going to be harder and harder for companies that don't own their own factory to continue manufacturing. And
when's the last thing we got from Bad Cube? It's been a while.
The Gears and Swerve, was it? No, they re-released Tougher.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one. I like Tougher.
Well, it wasn't so much a re-release, but a remold. But yeah,
Right,
that was. Sure. When was that? August.
Fourth quarter.
Yes. Later.
Oh, yeah, my man's on the BBT.
It was.
I give BBTS dates around here.
Fourth quarter. It was before TFCon, because I know that's where I got mine was TFCon. So
it was like 3:00 on a Thursday, and I remember it was raining.
I would say September 2nd.
Yeah, it was probably fourth quarter, definitely.
Maybe they'll finish. Maybe they'll do some more mini bots.
Well, we've heard from a guy that everyone's playing it close to the chest over in China. So I don't know. It's hard to call it right now.
It is, but it's a long hold.
Well,
yeah, it's been a couple months. It's been a good 5 months probably since we've heard anything from them.
I mean, not for nothing. Of the remaining third-party companies creating Masterpiece figures, if I had to, I feel like the Joker when he was on the when he was in the room with the mob, and he was like, I don't know like a squealer when I see one, but again, I'm pointing at Bad Cube. Like I feel like I don't know I know a folder when I see one. And
you think they're done?
I'm not saying they're done. I'm just saying that if you look at like the major players in the game, right? Like the X-Transbots, KFC, Fans Toys, MMC,
before and after.
Who else is really in the Make Toys?
Oh, you're talking about in pay scale?
And I would also say Fans Hobby now is a player. If I had to bet on one, like the first one to fold of those, Bad Cube would be my choice.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind, Bad Cube, like their primary job is making that branded Walmart kitchen essentials line. So like they're kind of focused on frying pans right now, and then when they get the time, they can transform it.
What about combs and rulers?
I know my way around a toy kitchen.
So the only thing with bringing up the quote unquote major players, like honestly, like what's Make Toys done kind of recently? Like they've kind of been
they did, but they did do the stars. They did the 2 star screens back to back, and then they gave you a ton of announcements.
Mm-hmm. I mean that's true, but at the same time, I'm wondering like, well, you did Starscream, like where's your Thundercracker?
Sure.
And your Skywarp, like why don't you go ahead and release those while we're waiting for your other
and
stuff?
Brainstorm and the helicopter or whatever the fuck his name is, like all valid, but like of all those companies, Bad Cube is the only one we haven't heard anything coming out from.
Yeah, they didn't get anything like TFCon. They didn't show anything at TFCon, I think.
I love a good conspiracy theory coming back.
I mean, I'm it's just
No, I'm talking about the Make. Like when I heard the Make Toys thing, I just flashed back to 6 months ago, or however long it was. I was like, oh.
What if Bad Cube is Fans Toys?
What are the Ace Collectibles? What are they doing?
Ooh, that's a bigger question. What about Ace?
I heard Bad Cube is funding the NRA.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's okay because every collector is going to get an "In God We Trust" plaque with their BBTS orders, so it's all right.
I've already got mine on pre-order, so
yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Good.
Phew. Yeah, no more school shootings. God We Trust. Yep, we're good. We're good.
But yeah, I don't know what I don't know. I think every company. I would also put DX9 and Unique Toys in the major players group, but I think that every company that doesn't own their own shit is in trouble. And I think that the one doing the one doing the best is MMC.
Iron Factory's doing good.
And Fans Toys. Fans Toys seems to be doing well.
Well, MMC's got the repaint money.
Yeah, yeah, and I've heard rumors that, like, you know, when it comes to renting out other factories and renting out space and all this shit like that's why they have all this, because theoretically, right, like if there was a factory and you owned or you were leasing basically a portion of that factory to create your product, if you don't have something lined up and ready to go by the time that mold A finishes, then they could lease it to somebody else, and then you don't get it back until they get it. They're done with it. So you got to keep it. And in order to keep it, it would make sense that you would pump out repaints. I mean, if we look at that, and I'm not saying that's the case with MMC, but I'm saying that I've heard that about companies that don't own their own factories, and that does seem to apply to MMC. If we look at how much, like, just that fucking hot rod rolled, I mean,
well,
Jesus Christ.
What do you think the discrepancy between those Bird cassettes and then the Rumble and Frenzy that were excellent? Oh, by the way, I got Frenzy this week too.
Well, I think that I liked. Wait, I'm trying to make sure I understand. Are you saying that you think the Birds are not good?
No, the Birds the ones I got were floppy as fuck, both of them.
Oh, okay.
Like, they were like shit fucking quality. I mean, the ones I got.
The ones I messed with were fine. I think that maybe the feet on one of them were loose.
Feet. Was that a Loki? Yeah, was that a Loki feet?
Feet. But like, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. The Rumble and Frenzy are fucking. That's the best thing MMC has done in a long time. Especially in that
quote unquote masterpiece like scale, because they have like 5 lines right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. Like, I think it's the best thing they've done since Sphinx.
Yeah, the Birds, man, the feet were loose, the wings were loose. Shit, there were no tabs. Like, to hold shit together, like, it was a mess. I thought they were a mess. I actually didn't watch a review because I got them before you did, I think. And I was like,
maybe. I guess I was like,
it's a mess. I was like,
which one's
it was like a campaign. It's Mirage. A mess. Better bring your broom because it's a mess.
You better bring your lunch or your snack packs.
Well, I'd already sold one, and I sold one to William Fogg, and I felt bad about it the minute I gave that shit to the mailman. I was like, oh my God, he's going to call me out.
I was even saying to Matt, I was like, man, I just wish they would just continue. Like, I mean, it sucks because, I mean, Feral Rex, I feel like, was a game changer. Sphinx, I feel like, was a game changer. But at this point, I'm like, man, just stick to tapes. Like, you know what I mean? That sounds crazy, right? Like, just stick to what KFC used to do.
Oof.
You know?
Gross.
I didn't hate the reformatted line, but there was so much repetition in it, and like,
it's tiresome.
Yeah, like I want to get that Rodimus to go with my other IDW like bots I'm starting to amass, but like, I don't know if I want to jump back into that.
The reformatted line is fine. The problem with it is that there's so many obvious holes, and instead of filling those holes, we're getting 3 versions of Drift.
Yeah.
Well, and then you can't really like their plastic quality and their finish, to quote some jackass on fucking jack off on fucking YouTube.
Yeah, the finish is not obsolete.
It's not in line with like the other figures I would scale them with. Like, I would get the Megatron and the Prime from Generation Toys, and then I would get the Rodimus just to shoehorn in, but he's all fucking Shapeways looking, and the other 2 are all smooth looking. You know what I mean?
Well, he's also like, I mean, that's a totally different scale though. Also,
well, I don't really know what the comic scale is. I think I would be okay with little Rodimus being like little Hot Rod.
Ooh, I don't know. He's very little. I mean, like, he's very little compared to the Generation Toy. I mean, that Generation Toy Megatron he's a big boy.
Yeah, I haven't reread the comics. I looked at it. I'm thinking about. I'm planning, like, in the future.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a chunk line.
Like 2 heads.
And the thing is, if you look at MMC's, this is my thing. If you look at MMC's Rex, the difference between, what was the first one they put out? Tantrum?
Mm-hmm.
The difference between Tantrum and Rodimus isn't that great. Like, there's not that big of a change. That's so on one hand, they're not really slacking, but on the other hand, they're not
improving either.
Exactly. Yeah. Like 4 or 5 years later, and the shit is relatively the same.
Yeah. You think anybody's gonna make some different Predacons or Predaking?
I think that we will see a large scale combiner.
Zeta?
I don't know. I think that everybody is scrambling in that direction because it's that 5-for-1 punch.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember? No, I'm sorry.
Back in the day.
Well, I was gonna say I was thinking about Rex. It's like when Rex came out, we were like, "Oh, it's an MP scaled Predaking," and now we're like, "Oh, it's a chugster piece." But like, remember when I'm just thinking about the reformatted like the history, like just with us. Like, remember like at TFCon, and like those Azaleas came on a Friday night. And there were so many. Well, were you part of that? I don't know if you were part of that or not. But so many people got on that elevator and didn't fucking move to go get the Azalea.
That is.
Got off it. And that figure ended up being kind of meh. Like, and the repaint, like I think the Elite One repaint.
That was the first chink in the armor, so to speak.
Whoa! We don't use that word here.
In the terms of phrase.
That Elite One was just a. God damn it! I'm sorry.
No, that was the first real sign of weakness we saw with MMC.
Really? I was playing with that toy that night, and I was like, I love this toy so much, but I don't really love it at all. But I was so hyped for it. And then I think the Elite One was the best repaint. Or remold.
RC was great until you transformed it.
I don't know. But there were other things about it I had issues with. But
so do we think Becky was going to make a comeback?
Oh yeah, back to the question. I don't know. Justin,
the question.
We haven't heard from Justin on this really. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily count them out. I think that, like it's been said before, they're maybe playing their cards close to their vest right now. But, I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing for them. I don't think that this has been a good thing for MMC, who's been doing the same thing. If I'm honest with you, like, you guys like the tapes, that's great. But like, I mean, going back to that RC, it's like, it's almost too late, like, because when you don't get it out there, and you've been, like, I know that RC's been floating around for over a year now, like, I've seen pictures of it somewhere previously. When it's that long in planning, it's too late sometimes, like, unless you're making something that's just going to blow everybody away, which, in my opinion, it doesn't, then it's too late. And I think in Bad Cube's case, it's like, you went after the mini-bots. There's still mini-bots to do, but, like, what are you going to do that's going to wow people to take them off of other potential purchases or anything at this point? Like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't think that it's there anymore, to be honest.
Because I think X-Transbots are doing pretty decent on their mini-bots. So why would I go to Bad Cube, when X-Transbots is doing okay? And would you say the tapes were a bad time to come out? I didn't know if I understood.
No. I think the tapes are the best thing MMC is doing. Like, I'm not into them personally, but they're fine. But like something like their RC, like if you want to compete with anyone, it should be out now. Like, we shouldn't be looking at prototypes.
Yeah, it should have been out last year. I think that last year would have been a great time for that.
It's just MMC. A day late and $1 short.
Yeah, once they announced that Fans Toys, that MMC, the MMC one went. Ugh. And you don't. I mean, you're not. Even, I don't even know how far they're even. They're not even showing color pick. It's still in, the gray prototype, stage. So you're still. Like, I mean, you probably won't see that till
that prototype has metal. That prototype has the metal parts in it. So at this point, I would think it was just a matter of injecting the colored plastics, and then painting the.
You're still talking about, maybe midsummer, probably.
You know what I think the obvious no-brainer for MMC direction-wise is that I can't believe, in my opinion, like they just totally dropped the ball on, is like, I think we would all agree that Feral Rex is what put them on the map, right?
Well, yeah, that and the 6-shot. But yeah.
So like,
yeah, 6-shot was good too.
The thing that Feral Rex and Studio Ox have in common is that Predaking is like hands down easily the best design of the Studio Ox Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just find it crazy that they didn't see that as like, look, like we are the Predaking company. Like, we made 2 other competing companies, one of which that had a much more established name at the time than us, almost obsolete. Like, let's do a Studio Ox Predaking. Like,
which companies?
It was Unique Toys that was just starting, and then it was TFC, which was pretty much, I mean, for better or worse, the standard in combiners at the time.
I got that mixed up because I wasn't into those combiners at the time, and I thought you were saying Unique Toys with the established.
No, not at all.
So
what I'm saying is, like, they drop, if they were to drop masterpiece scaled Predacons in the Studio Ox look that look fucking awesome, that formed a Predaking that looked fucking awesome, that scaled with like the new kind of standard for combiners that everybody is getting on board for. DX9's getting on board, X-Transbot's getting on board, Toy World Zeta, etc. And say, like, look, we're still the team that has your back when it comes to Predacons.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that.
They could do a,
but they're like, nope, here's your RC.
Yeah.
I mean, could they do other, animal bots, or combiners?
Look, the thing is that when it comes to Studio Ox in the American market, if that's what if they have any interest, maybe they're not interested in the American market. I would imagine they are, but maybe they're not. The Studio Ox designs come through heavy in 2 episodes of the American Transformers cartoon, and that is all of the primitives and Heavy Metal War. That's it.
That Call of Primitives was probably one of the best episodes.
Of course. So, and because of the Studio Ox designs. Like, that shit looks fucking cool.
Oh, yeah, when they merged together and they had that shit, the light comes off of it.
Look cool. Everything looked cool in that episode.
Yeah. I think also it was just because they were all together. Like, you've never seen all that shit together like that.
You remember last week when someone asked us about, like, having a successful cartoon line behind a toy line or something like that?
That was me.
Remember that? I think the thing with MMC was they were trying to capitalize on that successful IDW line. And that's why they kind of shifted and they did the RC. Because at the time that came out, RC was like the bad bitch. You know what I mean? IDW. And like since then, they've kind of been doing characters that are prevalent in IDW. And while like they may say they're not trying to do IDW, it just so happens to be whatever. But that's obviously what they're doing. I mean, like Thunderclash. They're doing Thunderclash. Like who else is doing a Thunderclash? They're doing Thunderclash because he's in the comics right now. You know what I mean? And they did the DJD and all that. So, I mean, I think they're kind of just following that, like, they're kind of like following the money with their releases.
I mean, like, I hear you. I hear you, but like,
do you hear me?
He doesn't believe.
Is my volume good? My volume good?
I'm like, man, where's the money at in that Cosmos?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a completely different fucking line. I'm talking about reformatted.
So you're only talking about okay.
Yeah,
I'm talking about them as a total El Total.
As a total company.
Right.
Oh well, they're trying to capitalize on multiple fronts, and like Mirage. I mean, I guess they were the only one really doing a masterpiece. Mirage. I had that figure 3 times, and I had issues with every single one. But that's just me.
I hear you. I still had the same first one I got, but like that Mirage for me was a game changer because that bitch felt like in terms of like the feel in your hand, it felt like a superior car masterpiece. And like, I don't think anybody would argue that. Like, some might argue that Takara has the standard of masterpiece, but I don't think anybody, especially at that time, would argue about Takara's standard in terms of car masterpieces. And this was something that was like, fuck, like this is in that lane and it feels fucking phenomenal. But then like everything since then has not felt on the same level.
Well, see,
I think I got new designers or something.
Part A, the day I got him, I also got Gundog, but Make Toys, and I opened Gundog first, and I transformed and messed around with him. I was like, it's an awesome fucking figure. And then I opened that fucking MMC Mirage, and I messed with him, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? And like, I think I was underwhelmed because I opened the Gundog first.
Maybe.
That's just
a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that.
Make Toys makes a fine product. There's no doubt about it.
Would you say they make toys?
I would say they make hella toys.
No.
And what I mean by that is they are actually making a Hela from Thor Ragnarok. Spoilers.
Oh, whatever, Bobby. I know it all, face.
No, they're definitely not making a Hela. Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next question, and we're never gonna get fucking through these.
I don't think we're gonna finish all these.
I have other things to say.
About Bagcube.
Yeah, I hate Bagcube. No, I love Bagcube. No, I hate Bagcube. No, wait, I love Bagcube.
I don't think we're gonna make it through all the questions.
That's pretty much how their schedule always goes with me. I'm like, oh, fuck them. Oh, I love them. Fuck them. I love them.
Go for it, Justin.
All right. So next up we have, hey, non-specific gender pronouns. Awesome show as always. Some people in the collector community are quote unquote in for the line or not at all. I think Bubby and Uncle Dolphin are.
Love it.
I don't know what he's in. What toy line are we talking about? Anyway, I collected the Star Wars 3/4 scale Powder de Force line in '95 up until I couldn't find the exclusive Max Rebo band at Walmart and quit the line. Question is, have you ever decided not to complete a collection / line because you couldn't find / didn't want to pay for an exclusive piece? This can include a hashtag completionist strategy, slipping in those yes model seeker KOs. Keep it real.
Can I go?
Mike H.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Greg. I think I know where you're headed.
Yo, Joe.
Yep, that's exactly where I knew you were headed. Yeah, Greg and I talked about this at length. That fucking Zorana, and it's not just Zorana. It's their whole fucking like Pythona and like characters that we've always wanted from a line, and like you go ahead and make it a fucking exclusive. Like, you fucking jackass. Take Rock and Roll and get him the fuck out of here and give us a rock. And
don't
give
us
us a Python.
5 Storm Shadows.
That too.
At retail, and then fucking give us like main line characters that were in like half the episodes as Comic-Con exclusives. Dude, fuck that.
Agreed. Or Joe Con exclusives, which is like even more bizarre.
How bizarre?
I kind of feel that way low-key, I guess, with the Masters of the Universe Classics collection. Like, I just can't justify the prices. Like, I want a Tila so bad. But, like,
would you fight for it?
Like, these motherfuckers are asking $80 for a goddamn Tila on eBay. Like, I'm like, you gotta relax. Like, that figure is barely worth the $30 they charged initially.
Which Tila is that much on online?
The fucking original Masters of the Universe Classics.
Oh, they redid the. Or are you not on the Filmation line? Because there's
I'm familiar with the Filmation line, but I already have like 9 characters from the class. I
hear you.
I'm hoping that the Filmation would drive down the price of the classics. That was my fingers crossed. You know.
Yeah. Man, I know. The advanced shit sucks. Like, why would you make like main characters convention exclusives? Like, at least with the He-Man, what's it called? PowerCon? at least that shit was off the wall, like Horde Prime and shit like that.
Yeah, agreed.
Like,
but like my thing is like with that shit, it's just like right now, like my Marvel Legends line is like so close to being done, and with like the fucking ridiculous reveals from Toy Fair, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so insanely close. But like, I'm sure they'll do a Forge at some point. But like, I'm not spending $60 to $80 to $100 for that bullshit ass Forge that came out 10 years ago, because it's trash.
And you know, if they do a new Forge, it's going to be a remold,
which is fine. I'm fine with that. But it'll at least be like I know I ruffle feathers with this. Trust me, I hear it in my comments all the time. But like, Toy Biz painted the fuck out of their figures. They definitely cared. They painted and sculpted the fuck out of their figures, but the engineering of those figures is horseshit. And when Hasbro took over, they just continued with that same engineering, and that engineering continued to be horseshit. But now, Hasbro knows exactly what the fuck they're doing with Marvel Legends.
They're in their fucking lane, right?
110%. Marvel Legends are now better than Black Series. They're better than Black Series.
Really?
Yes.
The thing with the Toy Biz paint was when I got a new Toy Biz Legends, the paint was all over my desk because shit just flaked the fuck off.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, like, they were washing and dry brushing their figures and stuff.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
you know, like you gotta tip your hat to that for like a.
Well, remember I hit you up about Mystique because I thought it was.
Yeah.
They had that Mystique, and it was actually like just the way they fucking handled it. I thought I got a bum figure.
So I would definitely have to say that He-Man is mine. G.I. Joe I knew was Greg's. What about you, Justin?
I don't know. I kind of keep an eye out occasionally, not very often, for some G.I. Joes that I'm still looking for, but I haven't quit that line. Mostly lines quit on me, and that's what's disappointing. It's like I was collecting the I forget who made them, like the Play Arts Kai Mass Effect figures, and then there was another set of Mass Effect figures that were basically McFarlane toys, and like
my man said McFarlane.
McFarlane, whatever you want to say. I don't give a crap. But anyway, you know, those
to be fair,
lines, and they never complete all the figures in the line. So it's like, what's the point? You know, like, why bother starting if you're not gonna go ahead and create the whole cast?
Yep. That's how I felt with the just to piggyback off you, that SH Figuarts and Justice line.
Mm-hmm.
Like they like teased 4 figures. They dropped 4 figures, and they were like, peace. Like the deuces were out.
Got my money. I'm out.
Yep. And it's like, but wait, I have a Batman, Superman, a Harley, and a Joker. It doesn't even make sense. Superman could evaporate the entire competition in moments.
Can I interject just like one real quick thing?
Of course.
Because I'm about to mute the phone because I'm about to walk through a high noise area. I listened to 2 podcasts today. Well, it was the same podcast, but it was 2 separate episodes, and they pronounce words weird. And it's a murder podcast. Well, it's a conspiracy murder, whatever podcast. So the first one said Ed Gein, and I can't remember the other name or word they pronounced weird, but it was completely off. And then Justin I was like, thank God I'm not on this podcast. And then I get on this one, and Justin's like pronouncing shit all fucked up.
McFarlane.
I'm an engineer. I'm not a linguist.
That's fair.
Whatever it is, fuck it.
No, you're fine. It was just funny. I just remember thinking, like, thank God we would do that on Shattercast.
What about
it was
you?
A joke.
What about you, Matt?
What about that McFarlane Spawn line?
You know, I was gonna ask you because you backed out of your Marvel Legends.
I did.
You backed out of your Joes.
Yeah, that was just a little spear of the.
It's not just me.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What was it a spear of? Tell me what it was.
It was a spear of the moment.
Okay.
I just saw him and I was like,
Justin. I know when people tell you what the show should be called, you always rebel against it.
I was thinking it too.
So I'm just gonna say that I love to live in the spear of the moment.
You and I too.
Okay.
No, I haven't quit any. I mean, the reason why I quit Marvel Legends, I didn't have any room, and I just,
you know
but
what,
I'm not
Bobby?
quitting.
I think I'm gonna call the episode "Rebel Against It."
So, Matt, was there a line that you got out of for those reasons?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
All right. What do we got next?
All right. Let's see what we got next.
He's dirty.
You can delete these if you want, Bobby. I know you love to delete them.
Really
on this, getting to know the cast, and you deleted it and it went away. Okay, where did it go? Shouldn't have told you to do that. On this, don't do it.
Don't do it. There it is.
All right.
You got it.
On this edition of Getting to Know the Cast, in theme with Valentine's just passing, do y'all eat ass? I also hope you guys tear apart, so to speak, that piece of shit looking Predaking Predacons because they look like shit. Mac.
Oh, Rudy.
I definitely eat ass.
I don't.
For real?
I don't like that.
So you go ahead and have that extra scoop of pasta, but you're not gonna eat some ass for your white woman that loves you.
Yeah, she don't want me in her ass. I'll finger the shit out of it, but I won't eat it. You know what I mean? A little two-finger action going on.
Yeah, before we go any further with these questions, before we any with these answers, I know, I've been doing Shattercast now for some time. And I know that the entire cast is not 100% comfortable talking about their sexual escapades. I am 100% comfortable.
I'm comfortable.
I know you are.
Just don't tell her, though.
But now, after having said that, I'm going to... Greg, do you eat ass? Justin, do you eat ass?
It's weird asking Justin.
I'm keeping myself locked tight, so...
All right, fair enough.
I was using the restroom as the flushing will indicate.
Okay.
I will if the moment is right.
Attaboy.
That's a good response.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front.
Attaboy.
You ain't got a lot
What do you think I am? Fucking pookie?
Dude, I do it. I 100% do it.
You pooty tang.
I will if it's right. It's not something I just go into.
Yeah, you don't just jump right into it because that fucks up everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
some people don't like that.
Let's all admit it's not a peck on the cheek. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some people just don't like that. If you that's the first thing you do is like. Blah, 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 blah.
I mean, you don't start off by knockoffs. Yeah, start off.
That's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
It's kind of a thing that happens according to your situation. Oh, my dog has a fusion cannon now. Jesus Christ.
Continue, Justin.
Put that down.
Okay. Next, greetings, gentlemen. I hope you are all well again this week. Robert is not. He's never well. So, Toy Fair just happened. I personally have yet to look much of what was on display, only because I was busy most of the weekend. But I did see the big news about the Hasbro crowdfunding pre-order for Jabba's sail barge. Bobby, I know you have got to be in on that. And while I know you have discussed future plans for your Warhammer table, I feel this would be the ultimate diorama for you. The Sarlacc pit and Jabba's sail barge and skiffs flanking. My question is not entirely unrelated. We have all had curveballs thrown at us that change our collecting goals or plans, I am sure. But changes such as said curveballs can cause stress, be it related to toy collecting or even the rigors of everyday life. So what are your go-to methods to alleviate the stress of whatever that ails you? How do you relax, so to speak, during those times that things seem to be overwhelming? Personally, depending on the mood, my go-to is to fire up some music on a playlist, bust out a Gunpla kit, and work on it, or paint a miniature, or fire up the PS4 and game for a while. As always, thanks for the weekly laughs and stories, Josh.
So I'm going to answer this. It may not be the best answer to give, but it is the truth.
Masturbate.
I drink.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. I talked to Jisk recently on the phone about it. Like, I usually have, if I'm home, I'll have like 1 or 2 drinks, sometimes 2 or 3. I'll keep it real. A night. Usually if I'm doing Shattercast, I won't do it because I'd like to have my coffee with Shattercast. But Jisk and I came to this realization that it just helps you take what we came to describe as the jacket of life off. But outside of that, I don't really relax. Like I don't do a whole lot of relaxing. Every now and then I'll take 5 to 10 minutes to sit in a chair and I'll like catch up on my phone and vape. But even when I'm doing that, I'm catching up on like PMs and DMs and all that shit. Like I'm still not 100% relaxing.
BMs?
No.
Trademarks. What about trademarks?
BMs?
No, BMs. I mean, that situation is not it's a very brief situation.
You don't see your PMs. You don't see your PMs on the PM.
No, not too much. I usually don't have time. I let the podcast play or music play. When I've started this new thing now in my house, when we start cooking dinner, that like my kids, I love them, but they are lazy as fuck. They are the laziest goddamn kids in the whole America, I feel like. And like,
I don't know, Roberts. I got you beat.
No, they're not lazy. They're drawing on people's furniture. They don't have time to be
That's true.
out there protesting, drawing on people's furniture. So what I do is, what I've started instituting is when we start cooking dinner, I turn the TV off and I turn the music up and we all start making dinner together. We all make dinner as a family. We set the table. You know what I mean? We get the little napkins out for everyone. Like we all have a little job, and it's been a pleasant experience. So even though it's work, you know, you're cooking and you're setting and you're cleaning and all that kind of stuff, it's still relaxing for me because at that moment I'm not thinking about anything other than preparing dinner.
It's quality time too.
Yeah.
Family stuff.
What about you, Justin?
Definitely like music, so I like to listen to. No, sorry, Matt. I have a wife for that.
What's your favorite band?
Wait. I definitely have a wife, and I definitely masturbate. Continue.
Anyway, yeah. So music, and I'm a huge gamer person, so you know I will play various games if I have time. But you know, probably one of the problems with stress is not having time to actually sit down and play games. So, you know, honestly, related to stress and how things go, it's like I'll find things that need to be done around the house that nobody can complain that I'm doing. You know, it's like, fine, I'm gonna go wash the dishes and hang out by myself downstairs for a while. You know, like maybe I don't want to do the dishes, but you know, leave me alone. Nobody else wants to do them either, so here's some peace at last, so to speak.
Right.
So, yeah, but I mean, like, if I have my choice, it's playing a game or listening to some music. So,
what's your favorite band to listen to while you're relaxing?
I actually like scores from like movies or video games, just because, you know, lack of words means you know, more relaxation.
I hear you. I hear you. I've been listening to movie scores lately myself. So.
And speaking about what you've been doing, Greg, how about you?
Well, you know, I jack off a lot of drink, hookers and blackjack. I don't know. I mean, lately I haven't had a lot of time to relax. I kind of just plop down and like get caught up in my social media when I get home, and then it's time to play with the animals. I got a dog that jumps all over me for about an hour. I got a cat that jumps all over me for an hour. Then I got a hedgehog that I deal with for about an hour, and then it's time to go to sleep. I have been watching a lot of true crime stuff on TV. Like, Kit kind of got me into that. I'm like, a lot of shit's fascinating as fuck. And then when I go to sleep, or when I go to the bedroom to, like, you know, get ready, and I get like all my shit ready, I've been listening to a couple of podcasts that aren't nerd related. There's a sleep podcast that I recommend for anyone. It's called Sleep With Me, and it's a podcast engineered to put you to sleep, because I have sleep issues. So
me too.
Yeah, it's engineered to put you to sleep. It's this guy, like, using the most monotone voice he could muster, and he spends 15 hours per episode crafting these stories that, like, weave like a circular tapestry, and it gets you back to where you're going. Like, it's just like they're just loops, And if you start listening to them, you start falling asleep, and it's awesome.
Nice.
It's a great concept. And Matt's making noises in the background like he's pooting, but I don't think he is.
No, I'm stretching.
I thought you
calm down
heard
there.
the noise. I heard the firecracker.
It's my chair. It's a.
Oh, I thought you were like setting off firecrackers. Like,
no, it's my chair.
I gotta get breaking news. I haven't had next yet. No. Yeah, it's a cool podcast. I mean, I know I've shared it like in the middle of the night when I wake up. I'm like, I share it in the podcast chat, and I'm like, you guys gotta check this out. So awesome, but yeah, no, it really is. It's so good for falling asleep. Nice. But yeah, I mean, like relaxing. We don't do a whole lot. We go to the zoo and things like that, and I don't even know what the question is. I just start relaxing, so that's what I'm going with.
What about you, Matt?
Maybe I'm just
man. I like to take a long hot bath and slap my belly in the water. Just like. That's what I do. I just slap my belly in the water.
I can confirm that's a belly.
Yep. I play video games just like Justin. I love Call of Duty, so I'm always playing Call of Duty. And I like doing reviews. That kind of relaxes me. It's something I get to mess with the Transformer I just got or something older or something, and it kind of relaxes me when I'm doing that stuff because I have a good time doing it and everything. So that's what I like to do.
And we can move on. We got 2 more questions to do. I think we can knock them out.
Alrighty.
Thank you to everybody sending questions via the email and everything and all that's perfect.
It helps us a lot.
And we haven't had to ask for questions. We're getting great questions every week, so thank you.
So next we got, what's up, SCU guys? Since Make Toys Howling Meteor is clearly an improvement over the MP11 mold, do you think we will see more of the older molds getting improved by third-party companies? And if so, which molds would you like to see? For me, I can't help but think a Fans Toys G1 cartoon MP10 Prime or the Fans Toys Soundwave we never got would be great. Thanks for doing a great show. Best part of my Fridays. Sean.
I think it's inevitable that people will try to redo stuff, but for me, it's going to take an awful lot. Like, I can't express it enough. Like, I want to be done.
Yeah, I agree. And my problem is, like, the things that kind of are being redone are starting to get too cartoony for my personal tastes. Yeah, so, I mean, like, Howling Meteor, I think, is an improvement because of how it ends up making Starscream's silhouette look more than the cartoon accuracy to me. But I can't, like, if they were to go back and, like Wheeljack, like, I don't really have any problem with that Wheeljack. You know, I don't really think a Wheeljack's going to come and be like, yeah, I need to replace this one for this slightly, sleeker robot mode or whatever, Right. So I too am on that. Like, I want to have my Transformers that I'm happy with and just kind of be done with them.
Greg?
I would replace, well, I don't know the third party, but if Takara Tomy did a Wheeljack repaint, just kind of what Justin said, I would definitely replace it because my one gripe with that figure was the paint job, and that it didn't look close enough to the cartoon.
I'm sure they'll get that one.
That being said, I'm getting the Prowl as well, but Justin knows because he repainted it. I did have paint issues on my thighs. Not my thighs, but my Prowl. So.
I get it.
Yeah, so I'll replace it, but I'm going to keep the other one in car mode. As far as third party, though, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with mine. My stuff I have right now. I can only think of Takara like plus repaints, like a Soundwave maybe, because there are a few things that I saw on a post today that were pointed out that could have been better, like paint wise. Like, I mean, as far as Toon goes, but I can't think of that many like characters I already own and Takara Tomy I would replace. Like, I'm honestly thinking maybe the tapes, and I replace those. So that was really my only gripe.
What about you, Matt?
I think I'm in that same boat. Offhand, I can't think of anything that I would replace. There's a lot of stuff I want to be made, but as far as replacing, I don't think I could think of anything of right now. So moving on.
Gotcha. All right, Justin, ask the last one.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Final question. Oh, something just happened with my browser here. Hold on. All right. What is going on here? I'll get through a good chunk of my morning workload, but that's not why I write in today. I'm pretty sure the subject of non-transforming figures have come up, but I would like to hear the crew's opinions on why they get no love and why we don't see more of them, i.e. Revoltech Transformers, Toy Alliance 18-inch, and Ori Toy Hero of Steel, and who would you pick to make the best action figure non-transforming type Transformers? My second question is, what would you guys change about the Bayformers to make collectors want to buy them? Mainly G1 fans like myself. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to listening for years to come. Mervin.
Thanks, Mervin. I don't think there's anything to say the Bayformers. I think it needs to be deconstructed. And yeah, I think it needs to be destroyed and rebuilt. In terms of the other one, I think it's because there's a large majority of people that feel like Transformers need to transform. So that alienates a certain population. After you get past that, the few companies that have made it, your 3As, your Hot Toys, your, I don't know about the toy line so much, but it starts putting the price in a different bracket. And that's a harder nut to swallow. And so to speak, and with that harder nut, so to speak, comes the question of, like, would you spend $250 for the perfect looking Optimus Prime that was a complete, action figure but didn't transform? Me, probably. But would I spend that for Mind Wipe? Probably not. So there's no future in the line. It's just about key characters.
Yeah, the main characters. Yeah.
If they were to do that in a quote unquote 1/12 scale, would I be in? Quite possibly. Who would I want to do it? I don't fucking know, man. Like, I don't know. I in my head I want to say SH Figuarts, but like their figures are so small and their consistency in terms of commitment to a line is so independable, and so well, yeah, I was just gonna say, so I would, if like Soul of Chijokin or something like that did like a line of Transformers, like, yeah, count me in, I'm in on that. Or like I don't know if it's Bandai is behind like the Metal Gear or Metal Hero. Do you know what I'm talking about? The ones that did that Metal Build, exactly. Like if they did it, sure, absolutely, sign me up. But if it's like if it's like Figma or Figuarts or even Play Arts Kai or anything like that, I'm always gonna look at it with the Futurama meme face. Like, is this gonna last? So that's me. Justin?
I mean, for me, a non-transforming Transformer is just not. It's pointless to me. Like my interest in Transformers has always been because they are, robot toys that transform into, I think it's the reason I prefer your original cast of characters over like season, the later post-movie seasons, because I like the real cars, I'm fond of the post-movie characters, just because I like the franchise, but like my love for Transformers is real cars turning into robots. Like the Alternators line was cool to me. Even though, now the engineering's come so far, they look kind of like a big mess. But, if it was a statue or an action figure type Transformer, like, I'm just honestly not interested. Like, I don't even care who makes it. And, right. It could be your Figuarts or whatever, and they could be like $20, and I don't think I care, because it's not a transforming action figure,
Right.
As for the Bayverse thing, like, I don't think you can change what the Bayverse is to make it appealing. Like, the only thing I think they could have done is made, like, a live-action version of G1 with, non-shard-looking robots, toilet humor, for lack of better terms. Like, just like, if you stuck it to that G1 continuity and made an interesting story. Yeah, not the continuity of the spirit, right. and you made it good like that, then I think sure. But I think your big mistake was the shards of metal and honestly the crappy writing and the crappy humor.
Real quick, before I move on to Greg, somebody said in my Barricade review, they were like, well, that's an interesting pile of odds and ends, which I thought was funny. Greg, go ahead.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't at this point.
For both?
Well, hold on a second. Let me pull the question back up because I kind of like.
What could be done to the Bayverse Transformers to make people like them? Let's start there.
Yeah, they're nothing because it's done. It's over.
Right.
It's done. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing there.
And
yeah, the question is deleted. Let me get back. Let me see if I can get back.
No, it's just still there. And then the other question was,
what do you think of non-transforming figures, and would you be interested, and if so, like what companies?
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't see it online for whatever reason. All right. Sentinel did a good job with non-transforming Scorponok and Black Zarek. They were cool figures.
Their Iron Man is fucking awesome too.
Yeah, but they were expensive as shit. But then I got both of them on a Hobby Link Japan like massive sale. So I got them, and they were hollow. They felt like they felt like vinyl-ish figures. They were so fucking cool as fuck. Like even for $100, like they were cool. They were giant. They were bigger than Fort Max. But I don't know. Like that Drift. Like if that company kept making figures, like that could be cool. But they're so expensive.
Right, that price point is.
I don't understand how a non-transforming figure can be more expensive than a current Takara Masterpiece. Like with like the parts count and stuff. Because with a Masterpiece, you have to transform it. But what's the question, Bayformers or just in general?
That part's done.
Okay.
What about you?
They're doing the model kits. I mean, the model kits are kind of a way to get around it.
That's true. What about you, Matt?
About the Bayformers, like I said, it's done, so it really doesn't matter.
Well, theoretically.
Yeah. The non-transforming, I mean, I don't, it's in their name, they're Transformers. They're supposed to transform. They look good. Like you said, the big point is the price point. Like you said, the Drift, it looks good, but are you paying it, do you want, how much was it, $300?
Yeah.
Or $200? Oh, come on, man. I mean, that's a statue. I mean, that's a hot toy,
Right. And I'm not spending $300 even for a transforming Drift. You got to relax.
Yeah. I mean, it's a certain character. Now, for a Starscream, I probably would do that. That's just me. And Justin with Jazz, he might do that. I'm not saying he would, but he might.
Nope.
But it's just there's a reason why the Action Master line didn't last. When it was the tail end of the Transformers, the G1 stuff and everything, and they brought this stuff out, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is this? They're not Transformers. They're not. They're just little GI Joe figures." So, the price the price point, I just. The Rebel Tech were pretty cool. I have a couple of them, but they're the main. They got Optimus, Starscream, Megatron. After that, do you really want Skids or like you said, Mind Wipe or something like that? So
Real quick, Justin, I wanted to ask you. You're gonna say that if Takara came out with a Jazz that was fully transformable, everything was painted deco to the nines. The transformation was so smooth and had ingenious elements that you'd never even seen or fathomed before, and it was $300, you wouldn't go in.
I don't know. It'd be tough. It'd be tough on that one just because I like Jazz, but like that's a lot of money for something is. So, I mean, there's a lot of variables to this question. Does it fit alongside like MP stuff? Because like there's a lot of Jazzes out there, certainly not G1 Jazzes, but I don't collect every single Jazz just because I like Jazz.
It looked just like a real car, but also just like the G1 cartoon robot. But
is it MP scaled or is it bigger?
Yes, MP scaled.
I mean, I might consider it, but like it'd also have to be the type of thing that like, what else have I purchased and stuff? Because that's a lot of money to devote to one thing. But if it was, non-transforming, like no, I'm out. Like not interested. Period. Like I don't give a crap.
Really?
If it looks like the actual car hanging off an actual robot, and I'm not interested. So.
Real quick.
Well, never mind.
Just before we get
why
out
would
of
it actually be that price? But
no, just for the sake of conversation.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Before we get out of here, we have a new outro coming. I've worked with Robert on it. I haven't had a chance to. I think I'm gonna have to have him re-record it. But we have a new outro coming. But be aware, there are 3 new shows added to the Cool Table, building up to it, breaking the mold, and also fresh communication. They're all available on iTunes. They're all available on Podbean, I think, and different mobile apps. And they're also, I think, at least breaking the mold and building up to it are available on YouTube. So please check them out. They will be mentioned as soon as I can get that shit sorted out. But they're part of the Cool Table.
Thank you for listening to us. Hope you like this week's shows.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Can I add
a note?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like this Megatron. I recant. I am not sure about it, and I want to say I really like it.
So, can I get it for $100 from you later?
You can get for $109 from Show Z shipped.
Oh, really?
Fucker.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get that. Good night, folks.
I don't even actually know what the music sounds like. I just went in my head. I think. Which sounds like something completely different.
Shoutouts to Cool Table Network, ROC, Edges Around, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerd Rage Radio, Wigs,
and my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse,
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences, so for its sole purpose is entertainment. If it doesn't fit for your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it down.
Shut the fuck up!